Oh, okay. Can you hear me now? Hey guys. It's working because I didn't think it was going to work. I'm just using a different software to get this done. Well, it's working. So, hey. Oh, let me grab my orange juice. Hang on one second. 1 second. I need something to drink. My mouth gets dry when I talk a lot. So I can see you all. Hello, hello, hello. Oh my God. I'm here. A little bit wet. Got spilled orange juice on my hand. So how's everybody doing? So, um, Amy, we have Amy, a Cal Stone. So we're streaming to Facebook and YouTube right now. We've got two um, zones, and I see the chat for both, but you guys may not see the chat for the YouTube side. So just so that you guys know that. I'm out of breath. I've been running all day, just going, going, going. Um, so yeah, it is a little bit dark though, isn't it? Let me just turn a light on. Hang on. Is that better? Okay, now you can see me. So, we're going to start the list like we normally do. We do have a list here that we always have for you guys. And just so you guys know, there's people from YouTube and there's people, and for the guys that are on YouTube, there's people from Facebook. So you won't see all the comments, I don't think. Happily ever after, how you doing? Thomas Prodger? Okay, so we're starting the list. First person that asked on the comments was, let me just go through the comments. So Amy, you'll be first. Let me just get a new page here going. This is going to be a long one. It's going to be a long stream, you guys. I know already. We're going to probably be a couple hours. So we've got Facebook and YouTube tuning in tonight. Welcome, welcome. And if you want to guarantee your reading during the live stream only, if you're rewatching this or you're seeing this at a later date, during the live streams we have a guarantee your reading for $5. You make a donation. The link is in the description, or it should be. If not, it's Mystic Shaman 333 at paypal.me. So when you put it in, it's www.paypal.me/Mystic Shaman 333, and then you'll see a picture of a tarot card on it. I don't know if it has. Let me see if I can add it in here quickly for you guys. It's not showing on my Facebook. Did you guys see this on my actual personal profile, or did you see this on, it should show on my YouTube channel though, I think, for, let me see, I don't know if it's showing. Does it show anywhere, you guys, about the $5 donation, skip the line during the live only, like in the captions, at the top of the comments or anything? Because I'm using a different server. Okay, so anyways, we'll get this started. So Amy, you're first. Who else is here? We've got a lot of people in. You guys are awesome. Just loving it, loving it, loving it. Misty Berg, how you doing? How's BB? We've got Happily Ever After. I miss you guys. I haven't done a live stream for YouTube like in over a few months. Just been busy, crazy. So Amy, we've got Amy, and who else do we have? Misty, if there's anything for you, I'll put you on the list. I'm doing good. And Thomas, we've got you on the list. So I'm just going on the list that I have, like a copy of both YouTube and Facebook all in one, so that nobody gets left out from both sides. So I'm doing both sides today. Happily Ever After, I will look at yours. And you're looking for, oh, so R, loyalty. Okay, so I've got that written down for you, Happily. Ah, okay, Jen, you were the second to comment. Okay, let me go back up and see. Okay, so Jen, you wanted a reading, so we'll put you right after Amy. I missed it, totally missed that one. Okay, so I have you, Jen, after Amy. And, okay, so we've got YouTube and Facebook going. We're going to start with our smudge like we normally do, guys. I got to get a new smudge stick. Well, I've got little ones that I could be using, I guess. Just got to get it going, guys. So what has everybody been up to? I know that this quarantine has a lot of people in the States, at least, still in shutdown mode. Up here in Canada, we're actually having stores open now. So we're actually getting back to our new normal, which is really good. So stores are opening up here. We've got our hair salons open. We're allowed to go get our eyebrows and hair done. So I'll be getting mine done. Yahoo! I can't wait. It's a pain in the ass to get an appointment though, because everything's booked. So we'll start with the smudge. So those of you that know me from Facebook. I've been doing a lot of live streams on Facebook usually, and I haven't really been paying much attention to my YouTube channel, so I'm getting back into doing the YouTube one as well. So I have the YouTube channel, I have the Facebook. Facebook is Native Mystic Oracle is the page name. If you want to book an appointment for a private reading, I do private readings via phone call, messenger, or Skype, or whichever way we need to get it done. So I do private readings. The appointments are booked through the Facebook page. That's where I book the appointments. Shielding's home. That's where the appointments will be booked. You go on the services tab on my Facebook page under services, pick the reading that you want. Prices are all there for the readings, where they start at. It varies for each reading depending on the reading that you want. So you can check it all out there. All the information you need to know about me is there. To see past or future posts that when I'm going to be going live will be notified on Facebook. I'll let you guys know. I do need to share this to my Facebook page and to a few groups. But we've got quite a few people for now here. Hang on one sec here. Because it's not showing.
Hello. Oh my God.
Oh my God, there it is. Okay, I found it. Sorry, guys. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Share to a group. Okay. So there. I'm just going to share it out to a few places here, guys. And then we'll get started with the readings. And you're welcome to share it with whoever you would like to. You're more than welcome to. Oh, shoot. Hang on. Hi, Missy. Free and live. Okay, so. Oops. One sec, guys. Let me just get this started here. Okay, so let me just finish this off here. And it's kind of nice that I'm using this new one. I don't have to. Hey, Jody, how you doing? I've got the YouTube and the Facebook going today. So those of you that are new or are just tuning in and drinking my vitamin C. So yeah, so we'll get started. We did our smudge already. I just want it to burn a little bit longer. I'm gonna light the little one here. I'm gonna light my little stick, my little car one that I use in my car. And we're gonna burn that one instead. Just 1 second, you guys. Hang on 1 sec. Okay, so we're just gonna burn that. Oh, I love the sausage. I also can get these for rather cheap, you guys. So if you guys are looking for sage sticks, to buy them, I know a lady that makes them, and they're actually very reasonably priced. So if you do need them, you know, be able to help you out with that. All right, so let's get started. Oh, cough, cough. Does it bug you? Okay, just doing the cards, and then we'll get started. Alrighty. So I have also been getting more traffic from my actual Google My Business. I'm also on there as well. So you can Google me on Google and you'll find me there as well with all my business information. So I have all that set up. Actually got appointments through that the other day, which was really bizarre because, I don't do a lot of advertising otherwise, except for Google My Business, but it worked. So I broke my finger, guys. See, I busted my finger, so it's a little bit hard to shuffle today, but we're doing it. All right, so Amy, you are first. So what was your question, Amy? You're new here? Christia, well, I'm waiting for Amy's question. I do tarot card readings, psychic mediumship, spirit communication. Pretty much, there really isn't anything that I haven't done or that I do. I really enjoy the spirit communication part, the mediumship of this, but I like to reserve the energy for the readings because we usually go for a few hours here. But I pull tarot cards. I do intuitive card readings, non-traditional kind of, no BS, no bullshit. I'm not one of those very general kind of readers that give you just the basic. This is going to happen, that's going to happen. I get very informative, very detailed with you. What else? It's pretty simple. It's pretty basic. Been doing it for years, but really not really doing it actually as a profession for only a few years now. But if you've seen previous videos of mine or tuned into any lives before, you'll know from the comments and people that are here that can recommend me as a reader. There are quite a few regulars that come by and watch and get readings done as well. So yeah, so pretty much open to anything. There really isn't anything that any requests that I haven't been able to meet or be able to do. So Amy, Wajia, is that how you say your name? Wajia? Yeah, we can put you on the list, Wajia. So if you guys are wondering where some of these names are coming from, we're doing Facebook and YouTube, so we have 2 different platforms going right now. So Amy, something about, it's like, it seems that you're not in a relationship, or have you just left a relationship, Amy, or are you in a relationship that you're finished with, or feeling that, it's nothing that, or have you let go of a relationship that you were recently in that you used to spend a lot of time thinking about, that you really pondered over, that you spent time kind of reminiscing about? That time has come to an end for you. It's complete. It's final. You're not having to worry about it so much, or it's getting easier. You're not having to worry so much. Okay. Because of the struggles that you went through in regards to this relationship that you spent a lot of time worrying about, or this is a new relationship that you really aren't feeling. Does that make sense? Let me just go back up in the comments here if this was. Okay, Amy. you're going through a lot of, and I don't feed bullshit here. I don't like to give anybody, very generalized readings. You're going through, you're going to go through a very struggling time. Like you need to really be aware of what you've been through. And I think you'll know what I mean by what you've been through. It's enough. You've gone through the worst of it. You've come out, with the battle wounds, with the struggles and all the. But I'm getting a sense that this was really a situation of, severity that you went through. Like this could be a past relationship that you went through, or a situation that you're currently going through. But it's almost saying you don't need to think about it no more. You need to make action. You need to take action on it. There's no more mulling it over or reminiscing about it, or keeping it kind of going and moving forward with it. Moving away from it though. Because I don't think that the person that you're involved with is really being the genuine self, like being genuine to the relationship. Not in the sense of not being loyal, but being respectful, being there as a partner. It's not happening. Okay. Unfortunately, that's what has come out for you. And I don't like giving readings like that, but it's a reading that it's hard to give, but at the same time, if I don't give it to you and something was to happen and you'd be like, well, why didn't you tell me that? I would feel bad. You know what I mean? So whatever I get, I will give you, and whatever comes in, I will give you. And it's for, so that you're better prepared for situations or questions that you're having in regards to a certain situation. But I don't feel that this relationship that you're currently having right now is meeting your needs or is meeting you on all levels at all. Like, it's like, I feel that he's kind of checked out, but you're checked in, and you're willing to go to any length to keep this relationship. And you need to step back and realize that, is this really the relationship that I will go to all ends of the earth for, is what I'm saying. There's a question in the back of your mind that you're asking in regards to this relationship. And the answer that I have to give you is, I wouldn't go to the ends of the earth for this relationship, to be honest with you. And that's just what I'm getting. And that's unfortunately what the cards are saying. Okay, so it's time to let go of that relationship. Like, I don't see it reigniting or reuniting with that relationship, or it coming back into play. You're gonna go through the same torture and torment and just hating the whole relationship. It's not gonna change. He's not gonna change the way that he operates to accommodate you. It's not. It's time to let go. And we had the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, so it's time to let things go and just don't even waste your time with it. It's not something that you need to ponder anymore. All right. So, but there is something coming in regards to either you're going to a function, or there's a function that's going to happen where you may end up meeting another. Like, you may have some interactions with someone new, but it's you holding on to that past relationship, still having connection to, even though you say you're done, that you've left, but still maybe harboring some feelings towards that person is still in a loving manner. You're feeling maybe that you made a mistake, or feeling that you maybe, made the wrong choice. Let me tell you that you didn't make the wrong choice. This person isn't going to change. This person isn't going to change the way they operate to accommodate you in the future. So it's time to move on and get back out, socialize, go to, get out and meet other people, kind of energy for you. All right. But if you had questions about a reuniting or anything like that, it's not in the cards for you. All right. Okay, so Jen Santos, where are you? Okay, Wajia, I'll notice your comment, but when I get to you on the list, there's a couple people ahead of you on the list, so that I will get to your name probably in about 20 minutes. Okay, so give me 20 minutes to get to your question. Okay, so Jen, what's going on for Jen? Let's see. What is going on for dear Jen? Jen, what's going on for Jen? Jen, are you like in the mood to get out and mingle? She's in the mood to party. Okay, so something's going on currently for you where you're trying to juggle something. You're doing a juggling act with things right now. There's something going on that you're trying to balance or create balance with, or you're trying to find balance in. So this could be, something going on where you're needing to be in two places at once, or being in both places and just trying to find, your groove in things again. So this is going to be fast movement. You need to make, movement fast and getting into balance with this, because it's going to be overwhelming, or it's going to be very out of balance if you're not. Are you waiting on a response for, I was going to say a job, but I'm feeling like you're waiting for a response in regards to something that you're going to end up receiving quite a quick response. You won't have to wait on it. It's not going to have, a very long time frame. So you may end up hearing shortly or hearing news of, but it might not be the news that you want to hear. It may not be, it might be something more along the lines of, if it's in relation to job, it could be something along the lines of at this moment or not, but we'll keep you on file kind of thing. But it could end up it could end up coming fast as somebody making an offer to you. So this could be somebody coming forward and making, an offer to you for seeing, and you may not be receptive to the offer that's coming in as well. Those are the two scenarios that are showing up for you, but it's going to be a rather quick. It's going to come in fast, so it's coming in fast, but it's whether it will stay. I don't know if there's a time limit on this, that you'll be able to have time to think it over, because it is kind of a fast-moving offer that's coming in. So I'm tending to think that when it comes in fast, it usually leaves fast. So you may not have time to to balance it, to weigh your options. It's going to be, we need a decision now. We need to move on, and we need to get things happening. Does that make sense? My ex-partner with my children and knowing a new person, but feeling lost. Okay, so because we do have the knight in shining armor showing up here. But this could be in correlation to that person, that new person, the offer coming in fast, and they may end up not wanting to wait around. Like, they're not going to wait until you get your shit to kind of figure it out. They're going to be, a fast-moving energy. They're going to be wanting to be on the go and get moving. They're not the type of person that's going to want to sit around and just kind of mull things over and think them through. And, they're going to be a very spontaneous, very quick energy that's coming in. So this could either boost you into a high energy frequency, or you can end up wanting to step back and just continue, kind of just taking things a little bit slow. But I don't think that they're the type that really, they're going to want to pump you. They're going to want to pump you up to get you moving, get you going, get you, energetic, right? So, hey Ashley, how's it going? I have been hiding. No, I've been doing Facebook a lot, and I kind of forgot about my YouTube channel. I feel bad that I forgot about you guys over there on YouTube land. But back to you, Jen. This person is going to want to stimulate you. And it's going to be something that's going to maybe take you out of your personal element or what you're used to right now. Because you're maybe the more laid back kind of, I'll kind of get to it when I get to it, and then I'll kind of decide. But then when you get to it, you kind of like, well, I don't know, you hum and you haw some more. You're, what do they call those? A procrastinator kind of energy where well, maybe. And then when the moment comes, you're like, well, I don't know. I don't think so. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Will the situation with your ex get better? Let's see. Will the situation with her ex get better? Let me see if that will. I feel that it will. I think, you know, it's a time that things need to get settled. Okay, we got the Justice card, girl. And you know what that means when it comes to Justice card. There's going to be courts, there's going to be documentation, there's going to be agreements, arrangements that are going to be set or going to have to be made. So in light of it, there's either going to be custody battles or dragged on custody battles where you're going to have to continue through the court. But that also, Justice card also means signing of contracts, signing of agreements, you know, coming to an arrangement. So I would have to say yes, things are going to get better. You know, there's going to be some movement in regards to that, where either, you know, the courts are going to have to step in, or the situation is going to need an arrangement, a documentation that's signed. Okay? Or that's the avenue that you need to take, one of the two. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, so that's Amy and Jen. So Misty Berg. So Misty. And if you guys want to skip the line so you don't have to wait on the list, you can send a donation to www.paypal.me/Mystic Shaman 333, and you'll end up skipping the line. You won't have to wait, you know, like 20 minutes to an hour. Sometimes the wait can be doing these readings. So who else? So Misty, you still here? I'm here. There you are. All right, so what was your question, Misty? What did you need insight on today, my dear friend? You were hoping it wasn't going to go to that. Well, you know, it doesn't have to. There could be, you know, a settlement that you can make beforehand, or maybe there's an agreement that you can make an offer towards and see if he's willing to accept or reject it. And if not, then, you know, if there's, you know, something that needs to be clarified or in writing, you're better off going through the courts, especially when it comes to your children. Then you've got documentation. Everything is, you know, on paper. There's no confusion. There's no, you know, kind of trying to go around the corner on, you know, one aspect of it and then not getting what you want. You know, at least then it's all legal. It has to be followed to the point, you know, so you can avoid all this, you know, well, I'm not going to do this because this, and, you know, the power struggle that you're going to use, you know, that you go through when you're going through a separation, especially when children are involved. You know, it kind of leaves them kind of, so they're not kind of stuck in the middle, that the documentation, everything is set, right? Oh, Misty, I know how that can feel. You're still dealing with that? Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad. Okay, let's see. Let's see. You're back, Ashley? How have you been, Ashley, my fellow YouTuber? I missed you guys too. I've been doing a lot of work on Facebook side of things, getting my page set up, getting my website done, working on the website now. So I have one that I went to try out, but I wasn't really happy with, so I'm not going to be using it. So I'm going to go with a different option for my website. You can ask a question. Sure, Jody. Okay, so let's see what we pull cards as we're waiting for your question, Jody. Okay, so Misty, you're wanting to know more about that topic of the no-show papa. Guess who has been in touch with me though on the Facebook side? Daisy. Ashley, Daisy has been in touch with me on the Facebook side. Daisy the Onion, remember? We used to call her Daisy the Onion. The unicorn, Daisy the Unicorn, remember? She used to call herself, but we called her the Onion instead. She's doing good. She's really doing good. She's got a new bow. Well, she did at the time I did the reading a month ago, or a month and a half ago. Page of Swords. or sorry, the Page of Wands. There's definitely maybe some communication that's going to come in regards to that, Misty, where there's going to be news surrounding that. So you may be hearing from him, or there may be some contact from him coming in the near future. Or there's going to be a response to you requesting the universe to kind of bring that forward. But it's going to be new news. It's going to be something different that's not normal news that you're used to. Okay? But you still have to keep that, don't get fooled by what you're receiving. We have the Two of Swords energy here. So don't be fooled by what you're seeing. Don't get, led blindly, or stand your ground. Keep yourself guarded, because it may not be what you're wanting, or it might not be what you're expecting from him. But I feel that there is going to be there's pondering on his side that, he's trying to maybe make a call on to, whether he wants to come and see baby or be part of baby's life. I think there's still some wondering going on his side, as far as his role goes, and what his position that he wants to take is still, I think, up in the air. He's taking the time to think about it and trying to recognize it, and trying to mull it over to make the best decision possible. So you may be hearing news that he may want to have to be part of Wesley's life. I think you might see a change in that. I think if you just stick at it, but keep yourself guarded. Don't kind of let go of, your power and your strength and your position as a queen, to let go of that, in that position, to allow him to kind of come in and kind of mull with you and mess with you. Okay? Keep it as just that. Keep it as, that, you're here to see the baby. You're here to see the baby. You're not here to see me. We're not getting into that. I think just keep your distance in that manner as far as he's concerned. Oh, my phone is just going off. Because I think that it's just going to lead you back to the same thing. I think it's going to lead you back to the heartbreak. Okay? So that's just being real and just keeping it real, Misty, when it comes to that. You can still care about a person. There's nothing wrong with that at all. There's absolutely nothing wrong with still caring about a person. But interacting with him, I think it's just going to lead you down that path again, and you're just going to end up in the same boat that you were prior to that. And it's playing with your emotions, and that's not fair to you. So you have to be guarded with your emotions, be guarded with everything. Pimmy, how are you doing? Okay, Pimmy, I'll put you on the list. You're after Wajia. So Thomas, you're next. But you may hear news, or you may hear something surrounding him in regards to Wesley. Pimmy, I'll put you on the list, Pimmy. And Thomas, you have a question, Thomas? Trying to get to you guys as quick as I can. I'm trying to spend about a few minutes on everybody. Oh, that's good, Pimmy. So I will get to you, Pimmy. There's 2 people in front of you, Pimmy, that I know of. I haven't gone through my questions or my comments to see who's adding. You're welcome. It's hard to let go, though. When you guys get in relationships and it's hard to let go of someone because you care, you have to really keep it real, though, and just keep it, write yourself a letter, like, this is the best advice that I ever heard, and I heard it from, I can't remember who I heard it from, or that I read it, but I had read this one thing that says, when you break up with someone, write yourself a letter the day you break up, and write all your feelings and all your emotions and everything on that piece of paper, and then tuck it away. Whenever you feel like you want to run back to that person, open that letter, and I would have probably a stack this tall if I was to do that. But write yourself the letter, and when you write this up, you write everything about that relationship that you left it for, and the reason why you left it, and everything. Just write all your feelings and everything on that piece in that letter. And then when you feel like wanting to take that person back, open that letter and reread it and remind yourself why you're not with that person. But I think we forget with our memories fade over time, and we kind of forget our true feelings and what we went through, and we kind of, want to hope and wish for the best of things and relationships to be perfect again, and maybe giving it a second shot. But then you forget about those tough times, the real reason why you weren't with that person, and just keep it as a reminder so you don't end up in the same predicament. Am I on the list? Ashley, I can put you on the list. You'll be after Kimmy. I'll put your name on the list. I'm putting your guys' name on the list as I see the comment. All right, so Thomas, where are you? Are you still here, Thomas? If not Thomas, then I'll move on to the next person. Happily, are you ever here? Happily ever after, are you still here? Oh, happily ever after, are you still here? Oh, I forgot to share to my page. Watch me share to my page and then watch this just get crazy. Oh shoot, I forgot to send that. So I'm just waiting for those two people to respond. Happily and Thomas. I'm just going to do that share again. Oh, and I still have Happy New Year 2020. 2020. Okay. So they're not answering. So Happy's not here. Wajia, are you still here? Wajia's on the Facebook side, I think. And Pimmy, you're looking as far as moving. Okay. And then Ashley. And who else is here? Amen to that. Jody, what was your question? I didn't even see your question, Jody. Did you want to be put on the list, Jody? Were you wanting a reading? Okay, so Happily and Thomas aren't answering, so we're going to move on to Wajia. So Wajia, let me just go back up to your question. I'm struggling to find work in Pakistan after my marriage, and my husband is in the Ukraine, and I am here all alone with an infant, losing hope now, as my in-law doesn't like me, plus me and spouse are having issues too. Wow, you're really going through it right now. Oh my goodness. All right, so you're wanting to know about whether you'll find work. I'm guessing your relationship, if there's going to be a shift in the in-laws. I can feel for you because I was in that kind of shoes, and I was always concerned about my in-laws. I got along with my in-laws, so I didn't have a problem there. But I know people that have had issues with in-laws. I'm having issues with my in-law now, that the relationship that I am now, so I know what that can be like. It can be very difficult, very, very hard to deal with. So let's see. Okay, let's see what's going on for you. We'll pull a few cards for you, Wajia. Let's see what's going on for Wajia. Please, Spirit, what's going on with her marriage? What's going on with the in-laws? Any messages that you can give me in regards to Wajia? Family, love, in-laws. So family, love, law, in-laws. So, okay, so you are going to continue with the struggles. It's still going to continue to be a struggle. You have a lot to carry, a lot that you're taking on right now. You're carrying your burdens. You have a lot of burdens to carry. So definitely this is weighing on you. You've got a lot that you're taking on right now, and you're not able to see clearly. You're not able to see where you're headed with it. There's just no clarity. So you will find work, though. You will end up finding work. Family will be struggles still, though. There's going to be a little bit of struggles there. But you will find the work. You will, with the Eight of Pentacles is usually the hard work card. So you will end up finding the work situation will improve, or you will find the offer to be able to have that, or you'll have to work a job that's very, maybe a little bit harder work than what you would normally work. Okay. Oh, and the sun's coming out. Um, as far as the in-laws, I think there needs to be a change of perspective there. Whether that be on your part or their part, but there has to be kind of either there needs to be clarity given from their point of view or your point of view. If you're doing everything that an in-law should be doing on, just common sense, then I don't think you should be having any problems. If they're being over demanding, they may be just pushing you just because they feel they can. Don't allow that. That's not fair. That's not right. Okay. Um, Stand your ground on that. Don't let them kind of push you in that direction of, making yourself feel this big and they're this big, trying to be the evil monger. But if you're doing everything like, doing your share, as far as a relationship, and I've been in a marriage of an East Indian relationship or a cultural relationship, where that was, the needs were needing to be met, and I met them. Never had any problems there. I, would help out here and there and do everything above and beyond, to keep it going. So I know what that can be like. So I can relate to that. So, they could be just, you know, maybe they could be just dissatisfied with the option that their son took, and they just, it's not ever going to be good enough. And as long as you keep that in mind, that no matter how hard you work, their standard is always going to be here, but then when you get there, it's going to raise anyway. So you go to jump, you get there, and it's like the bar jumps up on you. Okay, so you're never going to meet the standard that or the expectations that they're going to have. You never will. So if you just keep moving forward, keep doing, your fair share, keep moving in that option, and keep everything kind of on a balanced, moving forward with them, and just say, just be forward with them. Say, I'm never going to meet the standards that you have, in place, because the standards are always going to change, and I understand that, you know. But just being forward and having that conversation with them, I think, will help out a lot. Just so that you know what ground and where the ground that you're standing on, right? Okay, so first of all, anybody that's going through abuse, number one, don't stay in it. Don't stay in it. Just leave, and or start making your exit plan now. Okay, because generally, you're fighting for your life. Then your life could end up being taken, and then your child is left without a parent. So don't take your chances. Okay, don't risk it. Don't push it in a direction of wanting to create that abuse. Just kind of walk on eggshells if you have to until you can exit. Keep it very, whatever you can do to kind of keep the peace, then do it, and just keep a strategy and start working or saving for being able to leave. But you will end up getting work, to be able to do that. So if you are working, put a little bit of money away every month, get a little bit of savings saved up, so that when you move, you can put money down on a place where you have enough to pay your rent or pay for your groceries or whatever for a couple months, and then make your exit is the best way to do it. If you have family members that you can stay with that are willing to take you in for a month, and you could stay with them, use that month to find something better, definitely do that. I wouldn't recommend staying in an abusive relationship by any means. Been there, done that. I've been, the experiences that I've had through my life, I would not recommend ever staying, even though I suffered, as they call it, the Stockholm syndrome. It took me a long time to get over it. It took me a long time to walk away from it, even after leaving, letting go of that relationship. It was like, it was one of those kind of relationships where they give you and then they take away. They give you, then they'll take away. They'll give you and take away to make you feel like you need them in your life, like almost like a bad drug. They'll give you what you need, but then it'll always have a price tag on it for a certain amount. You know what I mean? And those price tags were wearing on me. I couldn't do them no more. I couldn't meet the level of demand that was required for those price tags. And they were like, it's like for a pair of sunglasses, $1,000 sunglasses. I wouldn't pay for $1,000 pair of sunglasses, not in my lifetime. But when I was in that relationship, I would have, and it's not worth it. It's not worth paying that price tag. You can buy the knockoffs for half the cost, or be in a relationship that's going to give you, that worth of that $1,000 sunglass is going to end up making you see that you could have bought something else with that $1,000, but you're tied to it. Don't get tied into it. It's not worth it. It's not something that I would recommend. I'm glad I'm out of it. I'm glad I left. I'm glad I'm no longer there. And then I ended up getting into an abusive relationship shortly after that because that's all I knew. And it wasn't until I broke free from that one that I said I'd never step into another one again. And it took me, and having my nose broken, my arm broken, to get, past that. And I said, no, that's it. I'm done. See you later. Bye-bye. And I left. I walked away. And it was hard. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't easy because it's always easier to have a partnership and have, two people working together than just one doing it all by yourself, right? So it does help to be in a relationship for that. But that's not, a reason to stay. Channeled message. First thing I would like to tell my spirit is hi. Okay, so Wajia, if you want to get in touch with me, we can talk more privately about it. I have no problem sharing my side of the story, but I'm sure that yours is kind of personal. And if you want to get in touch with me, you can add me on Facebook. You can go to my page, send me a message, Native Mystic Oracle. I'm always there for support. If you need support or, advice or direction, I can assist you in that, and it will be just total support. I'm always there when it comes to needs like that. I'm never far away. I always am, by my phone, so you can add me on Facebook. And so I can be totally supportive. I can, access resources for you, let you know about some resources if I have to contact people here to get in contact with resources out there. I'd be willing to go that extra mile to make sure that you are going okay, right? Okay, Wajia, I can offer you that support and that guidance. That's not a problem. Native Mystic Oracle is my Facebook page. I do have a private messenger. I'll give you that information via Native Mystic Oracle. You can find me there, send me a message, and we can talk further there. All right? Be safe, girl, and just whatever you can do right now, if you can, just don't rock the boat. Just can't try to, kind of fly under the radar a bit. Just try to keep it so it's not, upheaval. For the best part of that you can do. All right. So Pimmy, what's going on? Oops. Yeah, I'm always there. When you're in need, I'm always there. I can be there for support. All right, so Pimmy, you wanted to know about moving, right? You're very welcome, Wajia. I'm always there. Whenever you need, some guidance or you need someone to talk to, just to kind of vent and just release some energy. By all means, get a hold of me. Because it helps when you have somebody that can kind of hear what you're going through, or the situation needs to kind of vent a little bit because you're frustrated or whatever. I'll be sounding board, right? So you're looking for a new place now, Pimmy. I think you're going to come into, I think something's going to become available to you, or you're going to find something that's worth celebrating. It's going to be almost like, I feel that it's going to be something that you're going to celebrate. You're going to be very grateful that you got it. You're going to be like, yahoo, great. So I think you will achieve that. One sec. Did she leave? In her car? Okay. Okay, hang on 1 second, guys. 1 second. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Hold on 1 second. Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. I just had to go get my vape. I don't know if my daughter left so I can have a smoke. So Pimmy, moving, in regards to moving. I think you're going to find something that you're going to find celebratory over. But make sure that you're actively doing it. Don't feel like you are isolating yourself from opportunities. This could be going through the isolation thing right now. Let's see. I'm not really seeing too much for the move other than there's going to be cause for celebration. But I think you're more in the hermit mode. You're more sitting, idle when you could be doing more than what you really want to be doing right now. You're wanting to just kind of sit in hermit mode when things need to be getting done and just maybe not being motivated or finding the time to be able to get going, if that makes sense. Oh, Nirvana. Oh, you guys are all showing up now. Hey, I shared to my page. So we're doing Facebook and YouTube. Hi, Serena. How are you doing? Hope things are going good. Oh, okay. Thanks, Wajia. God bless you too, girl. And you'll be okay. I'll send you some energy to keep you safe. Oh, this couch squeaks too much. Can't rock on it. By next month. I'm not really seeing much in the move time frame. Let's see if we can pull some more cards. I feel like it's there, but it's not being presented, like it's not coming into focus yet. But there may be something coming up that's going to present itself, but it's like it's on hold kind of thing, if that makes sense. I feel that there's kind of been a place that's kind of sitting on hold, or somewhere that you've maybe submitted your name and you're waiting to hear back. You could be kind of in that kind of time frame right now where you're kind of waiting in regards to an answer, or you'll end up waiting for a place that requires like some screening process that you might have to go through before you get it. But I think that you will end up finding something for the end of the month. I don't feel that you would have to wait on that, but you definitely have to get out of the hermit mode and really take action on this if you're wanting to find it for the end of the month. It's not something that is going to be that you can just kind of, I'll look a couple places today, I'll wait for tomorrow, I can't find anything now. Go out and check laundromats, check out places that post, rentals, try to think in where you've seen rentals being posted at the grocery store, at the laundromat, and check all those places as well. Look online, look through Facebook. Facebook has rentals as well. You can find rentals on there for your area that you're located in. A lot of different resources are available, so that you're not just stuck to just one kind of resource that you kind of have. You're kind of just stuck with one. There's a lot of different ones. So take a look at Facebook rentals. There's rentals on Facebook you can look at that people advertise on. I know because I've looked for in the area that I am. Oh, you were okay. Okay, so that makes sense as to what the holdup is that I was getting. Okay, that's why I was wondering that it's on hold. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. But it will come into light. It's going to come in. What you're wanting is you're going to receive it. So time frame wise, I would say it's going to come in. It's on hold still, so there might be a little bit of a wait. But let's see. Oh, hang on. I think it's going to open up. There's going to be a few options that open up that are going to be available with what you're looking for. But there might even become another option that comes available. It's like you have options available to you that are going to meet your needs that you may end up taking instead. But getting out of that hermit mode and really looking at different places and different resources and looking for different places at places where they would post them is definitely going to bring you a lot more options. So getting out there and using those resources, a few that I mentioned, Craigslist, whatever, Craigslist, Facebook, apartment rentals, just Google apartment rentals near you. Like it'll say apartment rentals near me, and see what other ones are available, because there's a lot that are available that would meet your needs, is what I'm getting. So don't limit yourself just to one option or one avenue available, because I feel that there's a lot of different options that can be available to you that would meet your needs as well, that you might be, maybe saving money on or paying less, or there might be something that's more doable on that note. Okay, Andrew, how are you doing? Okay, so Ashley, your question, you want your spirit guide channel message. Okay, we'll do a channel message. And then I saw Althea. Are you still here, Althea? I know Althea, I have her on the list. I don't see her now, but maybe she's still here. I'm not sure. I'm doing good. I'm alive and well, not sick, which is good. Getting more action happening up where I live, so we're able to go to more shops and everything are opening up here. So we're able to do a little bit more up here, which is good. Oh, my hair is horrible today with my hair. Oh my goodness. So Nicole, you're still here. Oh, Nicole, you're here too? Okay. I couldn't see a lot of the comments, and having to scroll back up to catch everybody's comment. Okay, so we're taking some more names for people that want readings. So after Ashley, I don't know if Ashley's still here. We're just waiting on Ashley. Happily, I never came back. Thomas never came back. So Pimmy, we did yours. And Ashley, are you still here? Kanupriya. And don't forget to follow my page, Native Mystic Oracle on Facebook, you guys. For those of you that are watching, you can find me there. Okay, Ashley, you are next. Okay, so I'm going to write down, so Nicole Hill, you wanted one, Nicole. And then who else? Salita. Salita. And then who else do we have here? Nirvana, I think is how you say it. So Niviana, you're on the list, and then we'll take one more name. Yes, I did, but then I went to go and change it. I ended up remember back, I don't know if you were around, Vanessa, when I had that skin reaction and my scalp went raw. When I dyed my hair black, what happened was I was allergic to the dye, and I ended up having a reaction to the hair dye. So I'm not dyeing it a dark color anymore. I can't go black anymore. I have a reaction to it. My whole scalp went raw, like I was in the hospital like for two times in like a week, and it was just like seeping. My whole head was just like a mass of goo from the reaction from the hair dye. So I can't dye my hair dark colors anymore. So I'm having to grow it out, which really looks funny, but oh well. It sucks. It really does. It really does suck. But I have the ombre going here, the different. But yeah, maybe you weren't there. You weren't around back then. But Oh, it was bad. Channeled. Is there anything about my guides want me to know on my journey in the next few months? All right. Give me a second, Ashley. Let me just channel in here. Um, your eagerness, your eagerness to run. Like you're sitting. It's almost like you're sitting and with that anticipation of getting on to the next thing, and feeling that you haven't really. There's something that you're missing, or something that you haven't taken into account before you can move on to the next stage of your journey. Um, if that makes sense. There's like your foot is itchy, like you've got an itchy foot. You're like, like maybe your leg twitches a lot, or your anticipation, you just want to keep moving and you can't stop. So either your leg, when you sit down, your leg will start shaking, or your hand will start shaking. You just want to keep moving and moving and moving. Maybe it's time to just kind of slow down a bit and just take a breath and just enjoy what you have learned, and just kind of, it's almost like you're doing like a review on what you've learned so far. Um, but I'm feeling that anticipation, that we're constantly wanting to keep going and going and going and going and going. But I think it's time to just kind of take a step back and just kind of sit down, reflect on what you've learned, and review some of the things that you things that you've learned along the way, and just kind of keep them and bring them forward from where you when you learned them in your timeline, bring them forward now into the present. Um, and then carry it with you. Like go through. It's time to open up your backpack, Dora, and see what you have inside. You know what I mean? Just to remind yourself what you have, right, on your journey, if that makes sense. It's time for a review of things. Um, because I think the next one is the next phase of your journey, or the next journey, that part of your journey that you're going to take, is going to be very long. It's going to be very um it's going to take a lot of your energy. It's going to burn that energy for you. Whereas before, it's kind of like everything was kind of light and airy. I think this is more digging your heels in and really doing some work now. And that's why I think they're just getting you to review some of the stuff, just kind of reflect back on it, and just remind yourself of the things that you've learned. Um, and because I think it's time to dig your heels in now. I think now is the it's more of the, now this is the real shit that you're going to get into kind of thing. Before it was just kind of giving you a taste, and I think now it's time to get down and dirty and get really into it. And I think that this time that you spent doing this is just kind of giving you a tease of what to expect. It's kind of giving you kind of a preview of what to expect, and taking each one and reflecting on it, giving it time to kind of sit in and say, okay, I remember doing that. I remember learning this, and I remember learning that. Like for my journey, like when I started, getting back into my psychic abilities, having to, really ground myself and reminding myself that I have to stay grounded, you know, because some of the stuff that I went through, it was very, very bizarre. It was real. I know it was real because it happened, but it was so unreal though. Like it was so bizarre that it was like you wouldn't believe it if I told you. You remember when I was going through that? Remember, I don't. You were around, Ashley, when I was having those, and it was just that vibration was so high and getting so elevated that it was like it blew my own mind wide open. So not letting yourself get too, jump in that shark tank with all the sharks, and think you're going to swim and get out. Make sure that you're prepared for the shark tank, because it will become a shark tank if you allow it to. You know what I mean? Um, and that's what I had to learn was I wasn't Superwoman, but I loved it, and it was so addictive, and so I wanted to stay there a lot of the time, because it was a lot more pleasant, it was a lot more carefree, it was a lot more, free reign kind of thing. But I had to come back to reality, like come back down into, three-dimension kind of space and time. Whereas I was beginning to love being in that kind of euphoric kind of world, and everything was just so loving, and everything was just really carefree. But it not being accepted, in the real world, like it's still, transitional, You know, you can do it in the privacy of your own home. You can do it in the privacy of people that understand it or talk about it. But in the common place, people are just looking like you're absolutely like bonkers. And so you had to really, you know, you couldn't really give out that information and people look at you with a sanity, you know. They're so caught in that three-dimensional space and time that they can't think outside the box. Whereas once you step outside the box, it's hard to get back into a box again. And I can't do the box. I won't do the box, to say the least. You know, so once you stepped out, there's no turning back. You know, you can't undo anything and say I want to go back to normal, because there is no normal now. What you once thought was, you know, mundane, it becomes very mundane to you after that. You can't step back and put yourself back in that shoebox that you stepped out of. So that's what I'm saying. I think that it's time to really understand where you're expanding yourself to, and that you're growing out of the shoebox, but make sure that you're ready to step outside that shoebox, because you can't fit yourself back in once you go on to the next level. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like you hit that level and it's just like I can't go back to being, you know, that version of myself, because I can't do it. It's not me. You just don't want to. It's just it. I can't put it into words. Like it's just it's an experience that all people should experience, to elevate yourself that high and feel what it's like to be there. It's just I would rather be there and know more than what I know now and stay there. But I can't stay there because it's very overwhelming. You get a lot of information and it's freaked me out at first. And then I gradually got used to it so that I can do it anytime I want to, you know, expand to that level. But sharing it with certain people, I don't share anymore as much as I used to, because I would tell everybody, I would tell the world, scream it off the rooftops kind of thing. And people would just be so judgmental and so stuck in their frame form of thinking that they can't even grasp the avenue that you're on. You know, like you're driving down the one way at like Mach 80 and other people are doing 30. You know, like that's what it's like for me. I'd rather do the Mach 80. It's more of a rush. It's more fun. It's, you know, because I know that I can, you know, so I'm going to do it. And I know that I'm going to do it and I know where I'm going. I can do the Mach 80 while everybody else is still doing, you know, turtle speed because they don't know what the road's like ahead. Well, I'm ready to go. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm like dodging everything like Superman, you know, on a energetic level. You know what I mean? Not like physically going, but you know, finding that energetically and just going. You know, it's like you just can't put it into words. It's just it's a wonderful feeling. It's great. It almost can be addictive at a certain level. You know, it becomes very addictive. I would rather stay there personally, but you know, I have to come back to this reality and stay here inside the box, but still be able to step outside the box and still come back. You know, you learn how to decipher between the two and when, you know, it's a balance. It's a balance game. So just take some time reflecting, move on to the next level when you're ready and you've really reviewed it, because everything that you've learned, you're going to apply on the next time that you know you're advancing to different levels. You're going to need that information to be kind of here and be available. You can't be having time to kind of look through the bag and go, well, when, you know, you don't really have time to think. You just kind of go. And, you know, if you stop, you might miss something. You know what I mean? Like on that that path. You know what I mean? Um, to explain this to like a common person now, it would be, well, imagine doing Mach 80 down the highway, but then you can boost it to 120 at any given time and come back to 80 and go to 120 and not lose control. Where I was going at 120 and, you know, I'd be like, ah, no, I can't do this. And then panicking and then having to come back down, like shift down a gear. You know, you don't want to crash into a wall because you have that fear. You have to overcome fear is one main thing that you need to overcome when you're going down the path of the journey path. You can't have fear. You have to be absolutely fearless. It's like if I asked you tomorrow, let's go jump out of a plane with a parachute and let's go skydiving. And you said, well, no, I don't think so. I don't think that's very safe. I'd be like, well, why not? Well, you have a parachute. It's packed by, you know, having trust and having no fear is one of the things that you do need to have when you go down that path. It's like things will come at you, and you'll see things and experience things that you're just like, what the fuck? It'll blow your mind, right? It will, it will mess with you. It will open you up. It will torment you. It will strip you down to where you're basically standing in a room naked in front of everybody, is what it feels like. But still, everybody can't even see you naked, and realizing that. But once you realize that you can run naked and everybody else is still clothed, how freeing is that? And nobody can see that you're naked. Like, it's almost like you become invisible, but still being able to have that freedom, of not having to be, dressed in clothes and have to worry about what you're going to wear every day, what you're going to do every day, where you're going to go, how you're going to do it. You got to follow the rules. You got to drive on the road. You got to take the sidewalk. Whereas when you're in that kind of frame, you can go anywhere. It's like you can do it in a light snap of a finger. You can be 1 zone, 2 zone, 3 zones, 5 zones, and it becomes very, very awe-inspiring. It's just like your eyes will bug out. You'll be like, the guy on the movie Mars, that one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, where he's sitting trying to grasp air and he can't breathe. It's like that. You'll feel like you can't breathe at first. Like, I have panic attacks now that I come back to myself. I can't be contained. I can't handle being contained for long. I have anxiety where I feel I can't breathe. I feel I can't, move. I feel like I'm suffocating when I come back. I have more anxiety, more panic, more disorder than I do when I'm outside of my frame of thought. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. You do. You overcome a lot, and it's a very freeing. It's like, you might be shy about being naked in front of a million people, but the million people can't see you. Once you overcome it, you're still, their perception of you is still closed. You know what I mean? So they'll only see you as they perceive you to see you. And it's your whole perceptions change. It's mind numbing. It's just, you can't get enough of it. It's just like, it's ever expanding. You just keep going. There isn't an end, I don't think. Like, people always seem like there's an end, that you have to stop at level 7, that the game's over. But you can create after that. When you get past that level of, what they determine as the finite line, you can still continue and create what you want after that. Right? It's wow. It's an amazing journey. And I would not tell anybody not to at least try to go and experience it once and see what you get. And don't fear it. It's just what you're picking up, and what you're seeing is just what you're seeing. It can't hurt you in that level. Like, you're not physically, it may seem like you're physically experiencing it, though. Like, you'll have things happen that you will just be like, what the fuck? How did that just happen? I was just thinking about it, and it will drop in front of you. Or, you'll have a thought about you're going to go in and see somebody, and then you'll start seeing people as you're just thinking about, and things will start happening to you and coming to you, and just plop, 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 and you're just like, whoa, hang on a minute. Like, there is no possible way that this could be happening to me at this moment, because physically, you're chained. Your whole way of thinking is you're stuck in that 3D, and you expand to a different level, and how things come, and you see things in different, it's just, I would recommend it to everybody. Once you go there and you come back, your whole perception's changed. You operate in a different way. You become more open and more sharing. You just open up. It's like taking my zipper and undoing it right now, taking my jacket off. It's like taking off a piece of clothing every time you go. And then you have no problem walking around naked, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, metaphorically speaking, right? So, it's like you're stripping yourself. You've got like 12 layers of clothes on right now, stuck in the reality that you're in. But once you go through it, you'll feel comfortable taking that jacket off the next time you go. And then the next time. It's like walking into a nice summer-filled day where you don't need hardly anything to wear, coming out of the winter cold. So it's like going to Alaska or somewhere, or the North Pole, and having to wear a parka, but still coming back home where it's nice and hot and breezy, and not having to wear anything after. Because it's not as cold as you thought it was, because you've already been in the coldest area possible. You come back and you're like, oh, this is nothing. This is absolutely nothing. I can handle this. This is a joke compared to where I was. The reality that I went to, or the energy level that I went to is this is nothing. This is a piece of cake. It's like you run for a marathon, and it's like, to put it what popped in my head just now, my spirit guide told me, was it's like a dreamland when you go there. It's like you can take control of your dreams, and when you can start controlling your dreams, you can make anything happen in them. And that's what that freeing kind of thing is. You can make anything happen in this view of the world that you'll be like, how did that just plop here? Like, and then you sit there and you'll try to figure it out. And then it'll just come to you. It'll be like, oh, I don't know how I did that. But you can't forget them. You have to keep reviewing it, keep it up close and remember it. Because there's some things that I remember doing and have a way of remembering how to figure it out, but now I've forgotten them. So you have to keep redoing them and having everything coming back in and have everything kind of fresh and raw and right there, because you forget some of it and then you need it and it's like, well, how did I do that again? And then you have to do the work all over again to get back to where you were. So it's like, yeah, it's like going and doing grade 2 over again, knowing nothing. You know what I mean? When you carry it, you bring it with you and you work on it a little bit at a time, you keep it, fresh and clean, fresh with you in your mind. And, it's fun. I'd recommend it to anybody. It's a blast. A blast. It's great. I love it. You don't need drugs or alcohol or anything to fucking live in that world. It's just, I would rather stay there. I would rather be, constantly asleep and in my dream state and be able to create and do everything that I want to do, and then come back and it's like, okay, now I'm in the real world. I have to, kind of do everything. I'm contained. I'm confined. I'm restricted, with being able to do certain things by laws and governed. And, whereas when you're not, you don't have to follow the rules. You can just kind of run with it and do whatever you want. Whereas here, half the stuff that if I wanted to do it, I would probably get arrested for. Like running down the street stark naked and not wearing any clothes, I would probably get arrested for nudity. But, having that freedom to be able to make that choice. Whereas, there's one video, I'll have to look it up and tell you guys about it. But it tells you exactly, I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it's on YouTube and it talks about how we are governed human beings, and we were never governed when we were born. We never came with rules and regulations. They were imposed on us. And how you remember back to common sense, basically, is your guide. You know right from wrong. If something hurts, you remember that. If you stick your hand in the fire, it's going to burn you. Remember that. You remember if something hurts you, not to do it again. It's like that freeing spirit, that freeing kind of being able to, kind of go at your own pace, take on things and overcome the fears, and when you're prepared to, or just be that carefree person and just, oh, well, I won't do that again because that hurt. Like jumping out of a plane with no parachute, you obviously know not to do that. Common sense tells you don't jump out of a plane with a parachute because it's going to hurt when you hit the ground. So you pack a parachute, making sure that you're prepared for it. But still, at the same point, be carefree enough to go and do it and just give it a shot and just want to do it. The only thing that I fear is a man standing in front of me with a gun that's going to shoot me and take my life, because then that would be an ending to me. That's the only thing I fear. But the other thing I do fear is because I don't want to stop this existence, to go on and have that afterlife experience and continue on, right? That's what I want to have, but I don't want to leave this existence to live that quite yet. But it's opened up more doors for me. I'm not ready to leave this world. I'm not ready. I still have lots more to do, lots more that I want to take on and do, right? If I had a situation happen in my life and it was occurring, I remember or felt as if I had either dreamed or experienced it prior. This event was dramatic and definitely had occurred before. What would you say? It's just me being crazy? No, I wouldn't say that at all. I feel that, I think that, when it comes to stuff like that, they like to call that like deja vu. And what I think happens is our mind is like a mass computer. I think that it's gone down that path before. You could have had, a dream about it when you were a kid. You could have made a dream about it, and now it's happening, and it's coming to be played out now. So that's why it feels like deja vu. You could have, sat and even had like a trance state where you don't remember what you were thinking, or you just kind of zone out, and your mind could be like planning things, like techniques or programming you to have things happen. And so you make You know, because when you walk down the street, you're not thinking every second of what way to go, what you're going to do, and have it all planned out. But, you know, it's like your computer plans everything. It plans when you're going to have emotion. It plans what your body's going to feel. It plans this. It plans that. It plans everything. Everything is planned prior to you making that decision. Everything is already predetermined. So when you have something happen, it's like you're just following along. You're following the trail of where you're supposed to go. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like the concept? So I don't think that anything is really that you're very predictable as a person. Your mind has a certain way, like you take the subway to work every day, so the things are always going to be the same. But then you say, okay, well, today I'm going to do something different. So your mind's already got that cue to say, okay, we're doing something different today, let's do something different. So it takes you on a different path, and then all of a sudden it takes you to what you really want. You know what I mean? Your mind is actually predetermining everything 30 minutes prior to you making that decision before it's computed or received into the mind. It's like it's working with itself to teach itself new things. You know what I mean? So it's like there's a movie about that, where it teaches you war games. Remember how in the movie back in the 80s there was that movie War Games, and that was that mass computer that was teaching itself to play chess. And each time it played itself, it learned different moves so that it couldn't beat itself. Right? It had to beat itself to be able to engage. Right? And it couldn't beat itself. It was teaching itself new moves all the time, though. But there were so many moves that it had to learn. So, you know, it's like that. You're already predetermining. So when you actually have that happen, I don't think of it as, you know, a coincidence. I don't think there's such thing as a coincidence anymore. Up in the air, and so many things right now: relationship, living situation, moving, my job, my choice. You know, because the other thing that you also have to realize is that we only see a certain frequency. Everything is just a certain frequency that we get. There's so many other frequencies and levels that you haven't experienced, that when you do take those elevated journeys and stuff, you'll see that it just opens up the door. Like everything actually became very surreal for me a few times, and it was very bizarre because it was like vibration, and being able to have, when I started doing the spirit communication especially, that freaked me out. I was just like bombarded, and I felt like I was getting squished in like a can of sardines with all the energy that was coming in. You know, it was like I'm gonna squeeze out of existence, but you don't. All right, so can I just have a general reading? So Nicole Hill, no, general reading. Yeah, we can do a general reading for Nicole. My ear is just itchy, guys. I don't know why my ear is itching. I'm getting like an itchy ear. And usually when that happens, there's messages that need to be heard, or I need to be paying attention. You know, when your grandma used to grab your ear and you'd be like, paying attention? That's what it feels like right now. That somebody's got a hold of my ear. Like, pay attention. Like, let's go. Get moving. Come on, let's go this way. You know, like I'm being directed where I need to go. Like somebody's got a hold of my ear right now. Okay, general reading. I'm up in the air. So many things right now: relationship, living situation, moving, my job, choice. Okay, let's move that out of the way. Let me grab some more orange juice. General reading for Nicole, please, Spirit. Connecting with Nicole's energy. Okay, Nicole, let's see. Christina Alice, Mary Sullivan. Okay, so I have Nicole, Salida, Nibriana, and then I have Christina. So I'll do those ones, and then we'll call it a day. So I'll do the 4 more readings. All right, so back down. I love being there. I just love it. Like, I would rather be there all the time. It's like, you know, like drugs or alcohol can't even compare to the like feeling you get, you know. All right, let me give it a one more shuffle here. I'm just gonna clear them again here, like the sage here. Okay, so let's clear the. Can you bring me back down? It's like being on a high 24/7. Okay, so let's see what's going on for Nicole. Let me cut the cards here. All right, so Nicole, what's going on for Nicole, please? And what is the one thing that you need the most of right now, Nicole, so we can kind of keep this to a minimum? Okay, so you definitely have a lot on the go. They all seem to have importance for you right now, is what I'm getting here. You know, it's like with one without can't happen without the other. So it's almost like, you know, your job is kind of sitting on the terms of where you live. You know, it kind of is hand in hand with whatever else you're going through. You know what I mean? It has influence on, you know, the result of something else. The result of the other thing being worked out has to result on this kind of working out first. You know what I mean? So it's like a domino effect with all these things that you're dealing with right now. That they're dominoing. So you have to stop the dominoing, first of all. You have to put a stop to it and just put your hands up and say, okay, I need to focus on one thing. What is the most important thing out of everything that you're going through that needs to have your main focus right now, Nicole? Relationship? Okay. Okay, let me see, because that's just what the cards just gave me just now. So let me pull a couple more cards here. So relationship for Nicole, please, Spirit. Are you feeling kind of restricted within your relationship right now? Like feeling that you're being controlled? I feel that what's coming in here is either it's very you want to explode. You want to express excuse me. You want to say what's on your mind. Okay? You are at the state now where you're the type of person where you keep everything in. You just kind of, okay, I'm just going to go with the flow. No, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. I'm just, but you're getting to the point now where that fuse is lit and you're going to explode. Okay, you are at fuse is lit. It's a matter of time before you blow. Okay, this is where you're at. With everything. Okay, not with relationship, with work, with everything. You just want to just kind of blow it all off and just say fuck it all. Okay, excuse my French for anybody that doesn't like swearing. Sorry, I swear. You want to just literally shake it all off. You want to be done with it. You want fuck all to do with it. Like you're just to the point now where you're just, no, I'm not doing this. This is not me to just kind of go with the flow. Just do it and then, you know what I mean? Okay. That desire, that fire in you is being ignited. Okay, something is fanning that fire to keep it burning. Everything wants to keep going. Okay, It's like you want to be that wildfire that's going to turn out of control if you're not careful. At the same point, though, you don't want to become the out of control wildfire. So you're containing yourself. You're trying to keep yourself when you really want to go, ah! You know what I mean? And yeah, that's what I was just going to say. Um, with the hermit, it's time to not feel like that. There's got to be you got to find a purpose that it's not all for nothing. There is something that is going to come out of this. There is some good at the end of the tunnel. Um, because good things don't come unless the pressure is applied. You know what I mean? Like there's pressure that's being applied because there's something that's going to come out of it. It's like a diamond can't turn into a diamond without pressure or heat or high stress, but there's something that's going to result in it, right? But okay, so the good thing is for that is your main focus and everything is there. Okay, but now you have to come back and this can still be over here and be important. But now you have to take focus into you. What is important, what needs to be done by you to still maintain this. And I feel that hermit mode, that, feeling that it's all for nothing, needs to kind of take away from that. You need to get rid of that thinking already. That it's not all for nothing. This is here. Okay, this is what it's for. That's not all for nothing. There's going to be something good that comes out of it. Sometimes things point us in different directions. Sometimes things are going to put us in a direction that may we not have wanted to take before, or a direction that we wanted to even think about doing, but maybe we have to step out of our comfort zone and say, okay, I'm going to have to take this step over here and change my path, because the same path that I'm going down over and over again is not working. I can't keep doing this over and over again, because then I'm getting, to that frame of mind of nothing, because nothing resulted from it. Whereas you step outside your comfort zone, take a step outside that path onto a different path that can be parallel, similar to the one that you're on now, but change a few things in it. There's some elements that have to change, some things that have to you have to break free of to allow newness to come in. So it's like, in order to get a new couch, you have to get rid of the old couch to make room for the new couch to come in. So you sell your couch to make room to be able to buy that new couch to come in. You see what I mean? Metaphorically speaking. If you want a new bed, you can't just go and buy a bed, keep the same bed, and then put your new bed in the spot where the old bed was, because then you got two beds. There's no use for it. So maybe there's something that needs to go in order for something to come in. You know what I mean? There's something that has to leave in order for, a newness to come in. So either you need to step away from the work that you have and completely walk away from it and then go down a different path or a different avenue for, you know what I mean? But there's something that has to be removed from your current situation that has to be put out. You don't have to get rid of it, like in metaphorically speaking, but it needs to come out of the play right now. It's got to be benched in order for that to kind of start moving again for you, right? You got to have some room for something to come in, and you can take stuff out. You can put it to the side. You can kind of say, okay, well, I'm going to put this on hold. I'm going to put that on hold, and now I've got room to kind of have some other things come in that are going to make things work a little better. You know what I mean? Okay, so something's got to go out, put it on pause, put it to the side. Say, no, you're not working with me. I got to, bring something else in to make it work. Like you're trying to diagnose your car and you can't figure it out because you got too much going on. So you fix one thing at a time and slowly get to the root of the situation that really needs to be focused on. Okay. Is it him? Okay, so we already got to that. I got that message. So it's telling me, see, you got too much. There's too much and you can't see, where you're heading. He's got his head down. He can't see where he's going with all this shit. Okay, so that card just jumped out. So it was just a continuation of what I was receiving. Is it him? He's waiting. He's waiting for you to do the work. He's expecting you to do the legwork of this journey. And then he'll just kind of jump in when it gets good, if that makes sense. If that But I feel that he's waiting on something to happen. Like he's got his idea of what he is expecting or what he thinks is going to happen, or the outcome that he's expecting to have happen, or is wanting to be a part of, is what he's counting on. He's putting all his eggs in one basket right now and counting on you to get him there. If that makes sense. Okay. It's time to either step away from that and remove that kind of bump in the road, that nail in the tire that keeps go click, click, click every time you drive your car, or that rock that's in there that you hear that. He's that nail that's stuck in your tire that is causing you to lose air that you're having to refill every time. So it's distracting you from moving in a functioning or a productive way. It's holding you, in that same routine, nothing's changing, everything's the same. So we're just going to stay in this routine because it's comfortable and we don't need anything else because this is where it's going to be. But the minute that something changes, he gets tossed out, and then it's like something new will come in. And then you're wondering, why does it happen when he's not around? You know what I mean? So do you really need to have an answer to that question, or do you know the answer already? And I don't like breaking up relationships. You don't have to like end the relationship, but something has to change in that dynamic. Either he needs to step back or you need to step back from the relationship for a time being and just see and prove to yourself that this is really what's happening for you to believe it. You can just take a break from it and say, I need a break. I just need to do my own thing for now. And then you'll see the different things that happen. And you'll see how things have been weighed down by that. Okay, so you need a break from it. You need a break because that fire energy that I was feeling for you just is not working for you. It's not, it's keeping you so mundane, so same routine. Like, it's like, you wake up, you brush your teeth every day. You wake up, you brush your teeth every day. You wake up, you're like, well, what the fuck else am I supposed to do? There's nothing more to this? Like, there's got to be something more. There's got to be something more to this than just brushing your teeth and waking up and going back to bed again. But there's so much more out there to be experienced, and you're not experiencing it any because you're only allowed to have that brush your teeth, go to bed, wake up, brush your teeth, go to bed, wake up, brush your teeth, go to bed. Like, how has anybody lived that way? Metaphorically speaking, we're putting this metaphorically, but you have a whole house to explore. Why not explore the whole house and be like, oh, let's try something different? Whether he wants to be part of that or he wants to go and do his own thing or do whatever he wants to do, but you're stepping away and saying, hey, I'm not doing this routine shit no more. I'm going to put something new in here. I need to like up the game here a bit. Like, this is just, sitting on and spinning my tires for nothing. You're not going anywhere. You're just sitting there spinning your tires. Time to let your foot off the brake and go. You know what I mean? So honestly, girl, do you want to stay in routine or do you want out to say, listen, I'm going grocery shopping today. And you usually do grocery shopping on Fridays because that's when all the sales are. You go grocery shopping on Tuesday, you find out that food's half off that day. You're like, what the fuck have I been doing for the last 3 years? You wake up and you wake up and you're like, what the fuck? So you can either stay in that kind of mundane kind of avenue, or you can kind of explore and get to see what else is out there if you want more. If you're not getting what you're getting, it's time to say, listen, I'm sorry, but you're just not cutting it for me. I need more. I can't do mundane. I can't, if you feel comfortable in it, like that hermit card that came out, it's no more hermit time. It's no more being a hermit and just living just to breathe every day and wake up and do the same routine over. It's just, that's not living to me. The average person, that's not living. You need to go out and socialize. You need to go out and, meet other people and have a bit of excitement, a bit of variety in your life. Then, for me, being a Cancer, I'm a homebody. I don't go out and socialize. People come and socialize with me. I don't specifically go out socializing. I'm a homebody. I'm happy in my shell being a Cancer. I've got my home on my back. That's good enough for me. You know what I mean? I don't need everything else to come to me. except to eat and stuff. You know what I mean? But I'm comfortable in my shell. I'm happy with, the little home that I have. I'm just a homebody. I'm a hermit. I'm not that, go out and just get, be going all the time. I'll have my moments where I'll be like, okay, let's go here. Let's just pick up my home and move. You know, I used to be like that. I'm not like that anymore. I get stuck in a home and then I get into a place and I don't want to move. I hate moving. I do not like moving. But when I was young, trying to find the home that worked for me, it worked. I was like carefree, and getting back to that, it's an adjustment for me to get back to that and taking my roots out and taking my home and changing it because I don't know what I'm going to get the next time in fear of, well, what if it doesn't have this? And I'm just like holding on to this home because I don't want the new home the new shell to kind of grow in and be not what I wanted. You know what I mean? So I keep the old one just in case the end and the new one don't work. You know what I mean? So you can choose, to do that, right? Then be somewhere else. There's nothing stopping you. There is nothing. If you take him out of the equation completely and just sit here for a minute and think, okay, there's you. Okay? Don't include the child in this, but just sit down and think, where would you be right now? If you had a choice to be anywhere you wanted to be, where would you want to be? What kind of home could you see yourself in? What type of surroundings would you want to be in? What kind of town would you want to be in? And then say, well, why can't I be there? Okay, so now you bring your child into effect. Your child goes wherever you go, right? So your child is not going to say anything because it's going to like whatever you like, mommy. So that is not a problem. But now you bring the boyfriend in, and he's like, well, I don't like this and I don't like that, and he wants to complain and just totally ruin everything and rain on your parade. Then what's stopping you? That's stopping you. If it's unreasonable time to move in because of job security or whatever right now because of the quarantine and everything, then you have to kind of bring that element in and say, okay, well, if I can get a better job, if I can look for a job that's a little bit better, higher pay grade, then I can afford to move into X amount of dollars a month, blah blah blah, and or you end up accommodating, move into a 5-bedroom home and you rent out 2 bedrooms to students, you bring in income. There's so many different ways that you could be doing whatever you want in any such fashion that you want to do it in. There's nothing stopping you, except for now you've got this weight that's like, well, nah, 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 nah. I kind of feel comfortable just being like this. It's time to say either you get on board or I leave you behind and follow and stick to your word and just do what you're going to do and just live. And he threatens to keep my daughter. Then you go to court. You make arrangements, you fight for custody, you do the custody arrangement thing, and you have set times that you have her. He has set times when he has her. There is no pulling the child card and using your child as a pawn. That stops right now. And guaranteed they usually end up giving custody to the mother anyway, so he feels threatened. That's the only thing that's holding you, tying you to him, that he thinks. But once you sever that this is not what is tying you, you say, okay, well then you know what? Give this to him. Say, okay, you can have the daughter. You get her 6 months. I get her 6 months. Then you'll see. He'll be like, well, no, that won't work. He won't want the daughter 6 months out of the year, and you take her 6 months. You know what I mean? You'll see how that quickly shifts when you start saying, okay, well, then you have her. I will go do my thing. And when I get settled, I will go and have her come back. But you have an arrangement signed prior to the court saying that you still get her visitations on the weekends while you try to get yourself situated. And that is a temporary arrangement, a temporary agreement. Not an official one, but a temporary one that still is enforceable by the law. They are still enforceable by the law, no matter where you go. It's a written, signed agreement that has to be enforced. Yes, you can have one in a minute, Nivea. I'm doing a reading right now, so you just have to have patience, my dear friend. Okay, or you can do a private one. Okay, so I spend time with each customer or each person that comes and asks me for a reading. I spend time with them. I do not rush through them. I do not go and give everybody, just because you're needing one right now, you are on the list. You can wait until your turn. And if you don't, then go find somebody else that's going to rush through your reading and not give you an in-depth reading. You know, I contribute my free time to do this for you guys, and I don't appreciate people coming on here and spamming or keep messaging because I saw your message. You're on the list. I put you down. I told you were on the list, so you can wait. If you can't wait, then go find another reader. There's lots out there that will get to your reading. Okay? All right. Kanupriya. I don't have you on the list, Kanupriya. Okay, so Kanupriya, I'll add you after Christina. So Salita, are you here? And you know what, you guys? I'm just going to deal with this right now. I'm going to do her pregnancy reading, and she wants to know if she's going to have her period by this month. I think when you let go of the stress and the urgency and the eagerness to want to become pregnant and relax your hormones a bit, I think that you'll find that your body will end up going back into the regular cycle. It will let go of it. I think you're too high stress. Just like I told you before, it's too high stress and you're wanting everything now. You're demanding and it's not going to happen. Until you slow yourself down and you take a step back from all the stresses in your life, Nirjana. That's what I can tell you. But being demanding and wanting things now is not giving you any relaxation. You need to like chill the fuck out. Sorry, but you need to chill the fuck out. That's my advice for you. All right, so Salita. Alrighty, so Salita, what was your question? You're very welcome, Nicole. Anytime, girl. I appreciate you showing up. Anytime you need help. So if you guys are expecting to come to this stream and sit back and you know, it can be advice that may end up helping you. It may end up, you know, solving the situation that you're looking for answers. It may help to more than one person. So I spend time with each of you, the best that I can. If there's information that needs to come in or something that comes in, then it gets said, you know, it goes until the information runs out. So this is active, Bianca. Blanca. Sorry, Blanca. This is active. Yes, it is. You are catching me live. You're welcome, Nicole. Anytime. So I'm going to have a smoke because I'm still going here. How's my battery here? No, we're still okay. We're still okay for battery. So Blanca, yes, I am still going. So Salita, your question, darling, general guidance? Okay. So general guidance, let's see what's going on. So was there anything specific that you were kind of really needing more guidance on, or we'll just see what the cards come out with first and see if that kind of triggers anything for you in regards to what you're needing to know. So let's see what for Salita, what information or messages for Salita, please, Spirit. What messages for a general kind of, let's get to the root of the problem, what's going on for her. Okay, so we had a couple cards jump out here for you. Yeah. So there isn't really one. There's a root of things that are affecting you right now, or that are coming into play, or that are in play, that are of quite urgent matter. But there is one thing that is holding you back for you as well. But you're facing these head on, like you're facing them head on. There are, you know, you're also kind of maybe in the same boat here, where there's one thing that you're trying to attain, but everything is coming at you, and it's coming at you. You're feeling like it's happening to you instead of the other way around. You're making it happen. Okay, it's coming at you, and you're just kind of lost for, you know, room to breathe or an avenue to go down. Excuse me. I think that you're anticipating it because you're so stuck in that mode of everything coming at you that you've kind of anticipated that you're always on guard, that you're always like, all right, okay, who's next? What is next? Like, what is coming at me now? Like, hello? Like, okay, you're like in that state, that constant on guard state, like, okay, Something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. I know it is. Okay, I got to be prepared. Got to be prepared. You got to step away from being like that. You got to slow down and just be like, the world is not happening at you. You're happening to the world now. You make it so that you are happening to the world, that nothing is happening to you. Okay? Does that make sense? You can't be on guard and wait for things to happen anymore. You need to start going out and making things happen for you instead of them happening to you. Okay? That is the one thing that's going on here. And that's why all these cards are in reverse for you. Okay, so this is what you have to stop doing. You have to stop taking on challenges and thinking that you have to battle everything, that everything's a battle. You have everything coming at you instead of you coming at them. Okay, so, and then the last card that popped out here for you is you're not grasping the world is yours to be had. You see how he's holding the world and he's kind of like, well, what am I going to do today? He's kind of pondering, this is such a great big place. Like, what am I going to do with this today? You know what I mean? You're not saying, okay, well, what am I going to do today? Instead of saying, oh, now I got to go do this, I got to go do that, I got this to do and that to do and this to do. You're not going, okay, so what am I going to do today? Wake up tomorrow and I want you to say, what am I going to do today? Wipe your slate clean and just say, what am I going to do today? And then sit there and just wait. And if nothing happens, then you do nothing all day. If something happens, then you go and deal with it. But if you don't, do nothing. For once, just do nothing. Don't feel that you have to go and, attend this, that you have to go do this, that you have to go do that, and this has to be done, that, this and that. And you're just going and not living. You're just You're just trucking along, just whatever. But you need to oh, well, I want to stop. Oh, damn, I missed it. Oh, I missed that too. Oh, fuck, I was too busy over here worrying about this shit. Oh, fuck, I missed that too. It's like you're driving down the highway, you're going so fast that all the stores that you want to visit along the way, you're like, oh, shit, I should have stopped there. Oh, shoot, I should have stopped there. I could have went in there and seen what they had. You know what I mean? You're too busy looking forward than enjoying the view. You're straight. Yeah, let's go. You're not taking in the whole view. You're like, no, I gotta stay here. Gotta focus on this, this, and this. Gotta stay focused. Gotta stay focused. You're like a racehorse with blinders on. You can't go anywhere but what's in front of you. You can't go to the right. You can't go to the left. You can't do nothing. You're just a horse with blinders. Yeah, don't sweat the bullshit. Step back and be like, let everything happen. Let everything. You're standing there. It's like, you've got glasses on, those spindles that they have sticks and they got glasses spinning on top. You're trying to keep every glass spinning so they don't fall down. Stop. Let them fall. You can get new ones. Okay? You can buy new ones, start all over again if that's what you want to do. But when you realize that you stop spinning those glasses and that you're just so focused on spinning glasses that, you don't even realize that the auditorium is empty. Everybody left because they got tired of watching you spin glasses. Does that make sense? So relax. First of all, take a breath. Take a day for just you. Just sit back, do nothing, even if it's just half an hour a day. You wake up in the morning, you do half an hour, or throughout the day you pick a time slots where you're going to literally do nothing for half an hour. And sit back and just kind of think about, well, what would I like to do tomorrow? And say, well, I was thinking about going, well, no, I can't do that because I got to go do this. Fuck whatever this is and go do that. Don't do the this, do the that, okay? Do the opposite. Do an opposite day where everything that you normally would do, you're going to do the opposite of and see how much more exciting it is. Within reason, don't not pay your rent. If it's rent day, you have to pay your rent, obviously. But, if you have things that really, that you're so stuck on doing and so focused on getting done that you just kind of say, no, I can wait. It's not going to go anywhere. It's still going to be there when you get back. You know what I mean? It's still going to be there. It's just not going to be as important. You know what I mean? So do an opposite day where if you normally go to work on your, you have an off day, stay in bed all day. See what it's like to spend a day in bed. You like, oh, I can't spend a day in bed. Why not? Because I got this, this, and this to do. Well, there's no this today. There's no this. You can't do, this is not a this day. Okay? So this is not a this day. You do that. It's a that day. No, Jody, I asked you a while ago, my girl. I thought that you were waiting. I didn't see your question. I thought maybe you had left, so I skipped over you. I asked you to say what your question is. I think maybe you missed it when I was asking for it. You might have maybe stepped away for a minute and maybe missed it. But no, you're still there. I still have you there. I just thought maybe you had left and we'll come back later. But you're on the list. So Jody, do you have a question? I'm just gonna pop to Jody because she's been waiting for a while, guys. I missed her the first time around. So what was your question, Jody? Oh, I love orange juice. Yeah, or an alarm clock. Yeah, exactly, right? This is that's gotta go. Yeah, that's just not happening. There's no alarm clocks today because it's a that day. It's a that day, and there's no alarm clocks. That can be on a this day. That can be tomorrow, but not today. It's a that day. Name one day a week or whatever, name your weekends that days where you do everything but this. Just not on Fridays because we do this. Don't make Fridays of this because then you'll have to do that and you'll miss this. Okay? So don't do Fridays as of this day. Okay. Well, I'm glad I could help. You're welcome, Salita. So make sure Fridays are not that days so you can't miss this. Okay, this is this. It's a that day. Oh, okay. It's a that day for you, Vanessa? It's that day, but it'll be a this day when that day comes. So don't forget this on that, this, that. Don't get the two confused that you missed this on that day. So make that day this day. Or, yeah. You'll know. You'll figure it out. Let's do this. We do this on Fridays usually. I usually try to keep Fridays for this. Not that, but this. But I always keep it future tense for that. But still, I still keep my that and this days. I have, usually my weekends are my that days. Or, because I work for myself, I work at home. So I can make any day a that day, really. But if you have a job to do, then you do your job. That has to be a that day, or this for that time frame, but the rest can be a that day. You know what I mean? Switch it up a bit. So say on Tuesdays and Thursdays, that days are after work. Those are that days. You can do everything but this. You know what I mean? And things that you normally would do, like if you go to the gym usually on a Tuesday, change that to a Monday and be like, okay, I'll go to the gym on Monday and just kind of switch it up a bit. Change from this to that. Do the opposite of what you normally would do. It's a lot of fun. You end up seeing so many different things. Like when things really open up, I'm going to take a holiday because I don't take holidays. So I'm taking a holiday. I'm taking a holiday. I'm doing that. I'm not doing this. I'm taking that and getting away because I usually stay at home. I don't usually travel a lot, but I am going to do some more traveling. I'm going to do that instead. Once this quarantine thing comes full open and get rid of and can fly again and do things, I'm taking that holiday, and I will keep you guys posted on my Facebook as to that holiday. I'm looking to go to Daytona Beach to go visit another reader that I'm friends with here on Facebook and go and visit her in Daytona Beach, Florida, because I've never been there. That's going to be that holiday. So, you know what I mean? So do that, because I'll be able to afford to. So I might as well enjoy it, and the offer came through and so I'm going to take her up on her offer and go visit. I think it would be lots of fun. I think it's going to be, she's just a hoot to hang out with. She's on my Facebook and sometimes comes on the live stream, Sarah. She's a really cool chick. She's another reader that I've become very good friends with. So I'm doing that holiday. None of this. I'll still do this while I'm even maybe in Daytona. I'll do some live streams down there while I'm in Daytona, and we'll do some live streams there. You know what I mean? But I'm doing that for sure. That's a that on the calendar when flights are able to. What? Oh shit! I'm dying tomorrow. Might be that day when this happens in my world on that day. Oh shit. Ah, well, no, because you're always worrying that you're going to die tomorrow, so it's not going to happen tomorrow. Because if you're worried about you're going to die tomorrow, then it's going to be the opposite. Remember, because everything opposite to this is going to happen. So if you're thinking you're going to die, you're going to live tomorrow. Okay, so don't worry about that. You're not dying tomorrow. But if you think you're dying tomorrow, then you'll live. You know what I mean? So you do the opposite. Just don't think you're dying. Right? It can always be a that day for that. That's hell. Death comes, death comes. That's why you live in this, that, in this, and that. And when it's that, it becomes this. And I can't even keep myself straight now. Yeah, so you're not going to die tomorrow. Because that is not going to happen today. When it becomes today, you'll open your eyes and be like, oh, I'm alive. Let's go and do that again. It's a that day if you live. Okay, how's that sound? But it can only be a that day if this day wasn't to happen, right? You're not going to die tomorrow, though. I highly doubt it, Vanessa. You're going to live. You'll be fine. So don't worry about dying. You're not going to die. Maybe that day when this happens in my world, on that day, good Lord. I like that. Good Lord. Not on my that day. Selena. Selena, that's funny. She's not going to die. Vanessa is not going nowhere. I count on her showing up every time I have a live stream. So the day you don't show up, Vanessa, then I'll know you're having a that day. But then there'll be another this day on that day, so you don't have to worry about that. You'll be fine. Okay, so I did Niviana. I gave her. She needs to relax a bit, get de-stressed, go to a spa, go meditate, go do something other than worrying about whether you're going to get your menses or whatever for a month. If you relax and kind of de-stress yourself, you'll be fine, and you'll find that your body will end up allow you to have your monthly. I think we're adult enough that we can discuss things like that here. Okay, so Christina, are you still here? So Vanessa, I know that you've been bugging me, and I haven't been able to get onto a live, so I know that you want a reading. So I guarantee you're reading. You will get one today because I know you've been having some stuff that you're dealing with that we haven't been able to talk about or get our tides together to get connected to be able to deal with that. So I definitely will end up doing a reading for you. Blanca Moore. Yeah, you're not here. We're not quite there, Christina. I have Jody here. I inboxed you on what kind of page I am doing. I do need help though, so my story gets out there. Can anyone help me please so it spreads? I need it to be heard, but I haven't made it yet. But when could help me go viral? And I inboxed you on what kind of. Okay, yeah, I can help you with that. Not a problem. I would even help promote it for you, Jody, on my lives to bring people to it. I would be happy to help you out there. What kind of page for that? I would have to take some time to think about maybe a title for it. But you do know that if you make a page, you just put even Jody's story, right? Put it something that is personal to you that you can that identifies you, but still anonymously can be any Jody in the world could be going through this. You know what I mean? So I would put the title as Jody's page or Jody's story, and just keep it like that because it could be like anybody that can relate to it becomes Jody. You know what I mean? I think that that would be kind of something like that along that line of Jody's page or Jody's story. Um, you know what I mean? So people can identify with it actually being a reality and can make it like it has relevance. It's substance. It's true. It's validated. It's validating to a person that could be reading your story. And you may end up having other people that end up coming that are going through the same thing that you can offer your support and you know, get a group of, a little group together that, can be supportive to each other around the world. You know what I mean? I think that's an awesome idea, Jody. I think it's awesome. And I can do promos on my page. I'll even share it on my page. As far as your page, I'll put a little blurb there about it just to check it out. I'd be happy to help you out, Jody. Not a problem. Okay, sounds good, Jody. I will check my messages. Send that info to me, and we can go over it, and we'll come up with something for you. And you know what? You could use YouTube to kind of do your vlogs, do video logs on the experiences and things that you've gone through, and just kind of video or vlog it. Do like a daily diary of how you're dealing with it and what you're doing and the different things that you've done, and then you can start generating people to come in and offer you advice, or people that needing advice on how not to go through maybe some of the experiences that you did, or maybe they're experiencing what you did and they don't know what to do, or they're kind of lost. I think that would be a good thing to do. But yeah, I can help you out with that, not a problem. Will your message go viral? I think it might take some time for it to go viral, but it's something that has valid, like it's valued. It has that information. It has that, like, pay attention. It needs to have a voice, and I think having that voice and voicing that, I don't know if it will go viral on the sense of it going crazy viral, because I do know that there's other people that have probably experienced it, but I think that more taking the avenue of being a support person, and kind of going down that avenue of being more of an open-ended kind of support kind of place that somebody can come to, and start creating something more along the lines of being a support resource for somebody that may be going through this, because you've gone those avenues, you've been down these different avenues that you've been down. You can actually be more of a support kind of resource, kind of slash, get your word out, have a voice, have, some recognition. You know what I mean? Yeah, you could end up having like posts go viral, like certain posts you might have go viral on Facebook or Twitter, or something, and hashtag it, whatever. You could have like an individual postings go viral, but the actual story, I don't know if it would actually be, you know, but you never know. You never know. Somebody might get wind of it, and another person that needs it to be heard. They may know somebody that will make it viral, or something. You know what I mean? You just never know. But I think that you'll have posts that might go viral in regards to it. I don't think that the story will be like a national headline type thing, but I think that you'll have the individualness to make it go viral on certain posts, or things that you're sharing in regards to it. I think you'll have like individual posts maybe going viral. You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely message me, Jody, on it. But I think that it would be a success. You put your blood, sweat, and tears into it, and you will end up getting the results that you want. You will end up working hard. Just don't give up or stop feeling that you can't share it. Never feel like you're at the end of the road, or at the end of the tunnel, because there's something else that's going to open up from this. It's going to open up, maybe some different doors or different places, different avenues that you can explore. And connect you with different people that can be more resourceful. Okay, so Christina. And then Christine. Christina or Christine? And that's the way that you should go. Or name it Justice for Jody. Okay. I'm trying to quit smoking. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. So Christina, what's your question, Christina? I don't even know how long I've been going, guys. I've been going probably a couple hours here. It doesn't say. So I can even do like a video on with you. I'd be even happy to share, like do a share screen where you're actually here and we ask you questions and you can tell your story. We'll share your story with my groups and stuff. We can do like a special, broadcast for it. When you get everything set up and we can do your promotion and everything, I'll help you do the promoting it and everything. No, you shouldn't, and you shouldn't. With what you have going, I don't think you should back down. I don't think you should just kind of just let it lie. There's going to be somebody else that maybe didn't do or maybe took different avenues than what you did, that you can let them know that, if you don't end up doing it this way, you end up, kind of losing hope. But don't give up. It's going to help somebody. It's going to be a resource for somebody. Raise awareness. It does need to be raised. Awareness and needs to be, constantly reminding that these things are happening in the world. This is a reality for someone out there. And someone could be going through it right now that you could end up connecting with that needs to know how to go about it. Anything that comes to me. All right, Christina. And then I will do Vanessa. If Vanessa, you're still needing it. If you're still with me. All right, so, wow. Oh, dropping my cards here. I'm getting tired. I'm getting worn out here. I'm just about ready to call it a night. Okay, so let's see what comes up for you, Christina. You know this. All right, Vanessa. We'll get to you right after Christina. Okay. So that was the first card. There's something you're wanting to take advancement on that's coming in the future that is not time to act on now, Christina. You're being told to put the brakes on. That moving forward, this could be in regards to, is this a relationship? Someone not sold. Is this in pertaining to a relationship? Oh, hang on a minute. Let me redo this. I was missing cards. I dropped the cards and I didn't see them. But I have those two cards that I pulled. We'll see how it correlates with the rest of the... Okay. That was kind of pertaining, I felt that as though that was pertaining to a relationship. That not to move forward with that relationship. Or there's something happening that in the relationship area of relationships that there may be an offer coming in, not to act on that offer. Don't act on that offer then, something that's coming in. that you're not to act on. Don't act on it. If it does come in, there's a warning pertaining to that. Don't act on it. Okay. I think this is surrounding relationships for you, Christina. This, I feel as though this energy that was coming through is that you've made a successful attempt at getting past maybe a past relationship or a relationship that's come out, but to make a pass on that one that may be coming in, it may end up bringing you back into um, the state of a previous relationship that you've had in the past. It may bring up, you know, situations or feelings from the past, or it might bring you down that same avenue of a relationship that you've been in the past. This is my son's dad's in the pack. Okay. But I feel that you guys have gotten to, you know, this could be even in regards to him, that you guys have gotten to like that space or that place within your just a passing kind of relationship where you know you've gotten past like what has been done or the relationship where it broke down. You've gotten past all that and you're able to come together and be civil to each other. You're able to get along. You're able to get, you know, all that. Definitely not being left out in the cold per se. So they may end up becoming more responsive or being more, you know, open to this kind of operating of a relationship than, you know, the one of being in a relationship. It may be working out better for you now, or it will be working out better for you. You're going to come to a time in a place where you're able to do these things with this person. An ex coming back from the past. It could be somebody coming back from the past. It's kind of presenting itself as being someone that came back from the past, but they're empty, open and or open empty promises, not open ended, open empty promises that, you know, they're gonna make the offer, but they're not being really, you know, they're offering it you, but they're showing it to you, but you know better than what they're giving you. You know how to see that. You're not, don't take value into what they're asking you or offering to you. Um, I think you guys will. I think you guys will end up coming to a time and a place where, you know, he's got your best interest. I think he has your interest better or more at heart than the one that you have previously left, like an ex. I think he has more stability within him to be able to offer you that. You won't be feeling left out in the cold. Okay. So he definitely, you know, has your better interest at heart, I think, than the other. The other one is, you know, I don't think that. But there might be, the only thing that I'm concerned about with this, with the current, your son's dad, is financial, is the financial aspect, that he may not be financially stable enough to be able to that form at this time, or, you know, but you will have success in it. Like, you'll be success at getting past that and being able to come out of your shell, out of the, you know, that the confined space that you've kept yourself in. You're able to break free from that. But, you know, he's been through his battles. He may not be receptive to you at this time, but you are going to get past that. These are the things that you're going to be successful at. You're both going to come out of your war zones. If you look here, you're both kind of sitting. You see how she's got swords around her and he's got wands around him. So you both have been confined, and you both have been through your battles, you know, which is your common ground. You know how to operate, you know how to function, you know what to do and what not to do to a relationship or within the dynamic of a relationship. And I'll turn on the other light here. It's awfully dark. There. Just turn the light on a bit here. It's really dark. But you both have been through your trials and tribulations that, you know, it's kind of common ground for both of you. But financially, I feel that there might be a little bit of a struggle. But he's been, I think, through, you know, an excessive amount of, you know, failures or relationship breakdowns, is what I like to say. I don't like to call them failures because they're not failures. They're just not meant to be. But he's had his fair share of not meant to be's, that he's, you know, not either he's walking away from or he's just not acknowledging. Okay. And that's just the way that he does. That's the way that he operates. He doesn't think about things that have come up. He just kind of leaves it where it is and just like, I don't want nothing to do with it and I'm done with it. But it's still there. Like there's still the scars from that experience still visible. You know what I mean? But I think financially he may be having some struggles right now. Um, the financial part of things, he may not be able to offer you financial stability at this time, like to be able to carry two people. I think he's having, you know, struggles just taking care of himself right now and just managing for himself right now. But definitely not the type of person that's going to leave you out in the cold. Okay, you're definitely not going to be left out in the cold there. Um, but I don't see anything why it wouldn't be. But you guys have that you're like little mirrors to each other. Like what he's been through, you've been through similar situations. It's like you guys, you know, like I said, you know, the only difference is that he has wands and she has swords that she's walking away from. You see what I mean? Like your energies are the same. You're identical in that form, that you've had both your thing, that you just want to be able to come together and just be together and be happy. Like I think that you would have success at that because we do have the Wheel of Fortune as the first card out. So it's success at getting this, you know, to bring that together. Scars and all is what you accept with, right? You accept the scars and you accept it all. And I guarantee you that you won't be feeling like you're left out in the cold by this person. I think that he will give you the world. He will do everything in his power to make sure that you're safe, that you're secure, that you're loved, that you know you'll have that stuff that is relationship together, that you really truly love each other. I think is what you'll find. I think I'm not too sure on the love thing, but I think that he would be there. He wouldn't, he would even be there, even if it didn't, if you guys were to get together, that even if you guys didn't make it or the relationship wasn't quite ready to be had or is not ready to kind of happen right now, that he would still be beside you. You know what I mean? Like he still would support you. I don't feel that he would ever just forget you and just kind of toss you out in the wind because it didn't work or whatever. I think he would still stand there as a figure and be a support for you, even if the relationship didn't work out. So it's like, you know, you're friends now. You know, you have the friendship, you have all the things to make the relationship, but make sure that you have all that before you step into the relationship. So there doesn't have to be an end to the beginning. You know what I mean? Make sure that you have all that before stepping into it. And I think that's the security that he wants, the surety and the reassurance that this is going to be, you know, a long haul, that you're in it for the long haul, not, you know, for like 2 3 years and then you get bored and then you want to separate or leave. Like he's looking for a long haul relationship where they are going to be, you know, this is enough for me. Like I'm happy with what I have. I'm happy with being with you and that's all I need. You know what I mean? I don't need to be, you know, in another relationship after this to go and find another woman, to go and find this. I think he wants to kind of find that one person that's willing to go the mile with him through thick and thin and be that support, that he's offering that support and you offer that support. I think you both would end up meshing really well. Okay, I think that you both would be um, good for each other because you've had those experiences. You can relate and you can step in the other person's shoes and be like, you know what, I know he's having a hard day. Maybe he's just, you know, something happened. Like, say you have an argument and he kind of withdraws a bit. Just allow him that time to withdraw and let him come back when he feels safe or secure enough in the relationship. But knowing that if you have an argument that he can come back to and say, okay, you know, we had an argument. We got to work this out. We got to sit down and talk about it and figure this out. You are going to find that he's going to be more receptive every time you may have an argument. He's not going to run the other way and get scared that, you know, everything's kind of falling apart. You know what I mean? He's going to want to come back and say, you know, okay, we got to figure this out. We had an argument, you know, I know that I did this wrong, or that, you know, I made you feel this way, or I did this to you and I apologize. I think you're going to find that you're going to get more of that kind of behavior than just running the other way and just saying, fuck it, screw it, it's over, done. You know what I mean? I think he's going to be more receptive to wanting to work things out with you. Okay. Well, you know what? That's what I try to do. You know, if I didn't see it working or being a good match, I would tell you. And I don't see that. I think that you guys mirror each other and that you guys are so much alike that you just you can't see that though. Like you're just like you never looked at it that way, or you never looked at the way that he's gone through things and kind of went, oh, he's been through this. I don't need to, make him experience it again, kind of thing, right? So I think that you're kind of similar energies that, you may clash at times because you're wanting the other person to understand you, but they understand you. You don't have to express it to them and say, well, I went through this and I went through that and I went through this. They have already been through that. They know what it's like. They know what you can just kind of relax on that and be like, my traumas are my traumas, and they understand your traumas. You know what I mean? I think if you take that approach, you'll find a very different person underneath. Okay? I think you'll find it very different, a whole different change. It's going to shift the relationship greatly. Okay? I hope that helped. All right, Vanessa, you're up, girl. What's up for you? Vanessa Messina. Oh, I hope I said your last name right. And we're going to do Vanessa, and then that's it. We're done. Oh, and Blanca. We have Blanca. Sorry, Blanca. I totally forgot about the YouTube side again. We have Blanca. So Vanessa and then Blanca. Or Blanca, then Vanessa. We'll do Blanca. We'll get Blanca done. You're very welcome, Christina. It'll be fine. But if you just kind of relax on that and just keep reminding yourself that they've been through, their traumas, I think you guys will be okay. I think you guys are going to be just fine. XOXO to you too. Excuse me. So Blanca, are you still here? Blanca, I'm looking for you. I'm looking for Blanca. Blanca, are you still here with us? And did I miss anybody else other than Vanessa that I have that's here that wants a reading? It doesn't tell me how many people are watching, so I don't know. So I think, Christina, when you step away from that, I want him to understand me and just be like, he understands me. I think you'll see a change in the whole dynamic of your relationship. Just take the approach of, he understands me. He knows. He's been there. He's done it. He understands. He doesn't need any reminders of what he's, rehash his wounds and everything and reopen the wounds that he's already healed from and cut them open again, kind of thing. Because it just brings him back to that. And he's like, I don't want to deal with that anymore. I'm done. I've healed from it. I've walked away from it. I've got out of it. I'm good where I am. You know what I mean? I think you'll see the dynamic change quite a bit. You'll see it change on numerous amounts. So Blanca's not with us anymore. Give me one sec, guys. Okay, you do. Definitely message me. You can message me either on my page or through my private Facebook as well. I get my messages, so I get them delayed though. So when you send them, sometimes I'm not always able to answer it right away because I'm either doing a reading or I'm busy doing something else. But you'll see that you don't need him to open up because you've been there, you've done it. So why do you need him to open up? You just let him. You'll find that once you kind of back down, that he may end up coming towards you. He'll just want to share a little bit more. When he feels safe, that he's not feeling like he's under attack or feeling that he's kind of has to show everything. You know what I mean? Men aren't like that. They don't like sharing. But if you just, give him his space and you just say, okay, I'm not gonna ask you for anything. I'm not gonna bother you about it. I'm just gonna do the opposite of what you were doing, kind of thing, right? I have several things I'd like to touch on, so let me know when you're available for private. So I guess what we will do is see what the cards say. Yes, ma'am. The name is correct. Okay, cool. All right, Vanessa. We didn't hear from Blanca. Oh, are you? Well, you may end up finding that that friendship ends up bringing something more. You guys are going to be like mirror images that you like. It's like, well, we are too much alike. Like, this is just, it's going to bring you guys, you know, and it's not always about having to know what they've been through. Just being there and being supportive and letting them know that, you've been through the same thing, that you understand and show more understanding than that, right? I think that you'll find that they'll end up coming towards you more, that they'll be more, oh, finally someone that's not bothering me about this and that and this and that, because they don't think about stuff like that. They hate that. At least mine does. I know that. And mine's 11 years my junior, so, he's very much like that. He's very shut off. He doesn't talk about his feelings and this and that. But when I stop asking him what he's feeling, or how you feeling, hun? What's going on, hun? What's this, hun? How you feeling today, hun? He would be like, I'm feeling the same I am every day. You know what I mean? It's like when you stop doing that, you'll see like, oh well, she's not asking me. And he'll be like, well, aren't you gonna ask me how I'm doing today? And you'll be like, oh, I didn't even think of it. And he'll be like, what? You forgot about me? Right? Yeah, boys don't share their feelings, but you'll find that they will open up, when they feel that it's necessary to. So he'll be like, she's not thinking about me. What? So then he becomes the chaser, you become the runner, right? And that's how you make the dynamic work. You become the chaser, he runs for a while, he pedals the bike for a while. It's like you're riding a bicycle for two, you make him pedal for a while. Take a break, stop pedaling. You aren't going to go anywhere unless somebody pedals, so he has to pedal. So make him pedal a little while, and then you pedal a little while, and he pedals a little while, and you'll get a lot farther than if you're both trying to pedal at the same time and burning both you out. You know what I mean? So let him pedal a little while, you pedal a little while, and you'll be able to go a lot farther than if you're both pedaling and burning all your energy at the same time. Metaphorically, if you're on a bicycle for two, right? When you hit those hills and you both pedal to get up the hill, right? It's like riding a bicycle for two. Okay, time for you to take a break. I can breathe now for a minute. And then he can pedal for a while, and you just sit back and enjoy the scenery for a little while, and then you pedal for a while, let him enjoy the scenery, and it just works. That dynamic works a lot better. You know what I mean? So just imagine you're on a bicycle for two, who's pedaling? Just ask him, say, we're on a bicycle for two, who's pedaling? And see what he says. Ask him that question. You'll find out who's pedaling first. And then take it from there. Just say you heard, we're on a bicycle for two, who's pedaling first? A what if situation. Just ask him randomly, right? Just say, if we're a scenario, if we were on a bicycle for two, who's pedaling first? If he says you are, then you pedal first. Just ask him, say, what's the scenario? Does this say? See, I'll ask mine. Hey, hon! I'll go ask mine. Give me 1 second. I'm going to tell you what he says. Hang on. Hey, honey? Oh my god, you guys. Okay. So this is the answer that I got. I asked my partner, this is a scenario, we're on a bicycle bill for two. I said, who's pedaling first? You know what his answer was? Whoever the fuck wants to. That's the answer I got. Whoever wants to. So it's up for grabs. It's not a wrong answer. Or you can just sit idle and just say, okay, well, I'll pedal first. I want to go somewhere, so I'll pedal first then. Or yeah, like you said, or you can get your own damn fucking bike and ride off in the other direction for all I care. Oh, that's a good answer. says that's funny. I just need a minute because that was just too funny. That's too funny. Mine's comical. He's that way. He's just like, what? Just carefree. He says, whatever. Let's go. We're going somewhere. Okay, we're going. Oh, mine's too funny. Mine is too funny. Whoever the fuck wants to. That's a good answer. Never heard that one before. All right. So Vanessa, back to you, darling. Okay, we're moving on. Oh, too funny. Or you can get your own damn bike and ride. That's a good answer. Oh, so I know if I don't like it, then I can get my own damn bike and go riding. Oh, okay, I'll keep that in mind. Laura, I was gonna actually call it a night here pretty quick. I was gonna do Vanessa. She's next. But if I have time, then if I see how I feel, I'm in a pretty good mood. It's Friday night. You know, I'm not really busy for anything. What time is it? It's 9. I've been going for 3 hours. Holy shit, this has been a long one. This has been a long one, guys. Let's see what the time is, how we're going for time here, Laura. I don't see why we couldn't. It's like every time I want to stop and finish off the night, somebody else pops on and says like, can I get a reading? And it's like, I could do a 24-hour marathon like I did one night and went for what was it, 8 hours? Doing this, like 8 hours worth. That was tiring. I was tired. That night, I was tired. I think I slept for like 13 hours that night till like the next afternoon. I went to like from like 6 to like 1, 2 in the morning and ended up sleeping for like 13 hours. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. So Vanessa, let's see what's going on for you, darling. Time-wise, message me for a private anytime. My time frames are all booked through Facebook. You got your reading one person. I learned to, keep my energy, I didn't really do a lot today, so I have a little bit extra energy today. So women are made of steel. That's right, we are made of, more get 'em juice than them men are. All right, so let's see what the cards say for you, Vanessa. Do a quick shuffle. Yes, darling. Joseph. I never had one in a long time. I'll have to check. Hang on.
I've been the last couple of times, so.
I know. Hang on. Give me a minute. I'm just gonna be like another 20 minutes.
So that's why.
Oh shoot. Just give me a sec, guys. Hang on one sec. Let me see. Because I don't have any cash on me, I'd have to go to the bank machine.
Just do transfers.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me just check it. Hang on one sec, guys. Okay, I'm back. Okay, Vanessa. Oh, the yawning starts now. Let me see. I'm going to pull a couple more cards here. I'm not. Okay, so we had the judgment call. So, is this something that is of dire need, straight, like need to know right now? Because I'm getting the Judgment card coming out in reverse. So it's pertaining to doing for others. And I think you know what I'm talking about, right? I think the one thing that we've been trying to touch base on pertaining to your mom, I don't think that it is something that needs to have a judgment call that has a lot of urgency to it at this moment. Doing for others, I don't think that that needs to be of an urgent matter unless you feel it is. Okay. But if it's not needing, an urgent judgment call right now, or a decision needing to be made at this minute, I think that you have some time to kind of think that one through. You need some more time, or like a decision is not having to be made. Like the universe is offering you more time to kind of get it a little bit more, wrap your head around the whole aspect of it, to wrap your head, kind of get to where you're feeling comfortable with it. I don't think it's being forced, like it's not being like a forced energy or a forced decision that has to be now. It doesn't have to be like an urgent, like, do or die situation if things aren't done right this minute. So it gives you a bit more time to kind of relax and breathe and just kind of grasp it, because it's going to be a change for you. It's going to be a shift for you. It's going to be something that's different for you, right? So it's trying to get, used to that concept of having to do that, make that decision, and just getting comfortable with doing a decision or making a decision in pertaining to that. So I think that's what your biggest question was, I think. But we can do a private reading on that further if you'd like. Oh, my back is hurting. Sitting too long. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Vanessa. I think that was one of your biggest concerns. Oh, CPS. Domestic. Oh, well that would make sense too. See, doing for others, charitable things. That might not be in the cards for you right now. That might not need, or that it's needing to have a little bit more information provided. You know what I mean? There's a bit more work that needs to be done in regards to it. That making a decision right now is not dire straits. Wasn't it, or maybe I have you confused with someone else. But weren't you talking about your mom going into an elderly home? Or was that somebody else that I was talking to? Maybe that was somebody else. Maybe it was somebody else that I was thinking about. Or that could be maybe that judgment, we're making that decision right now is just not needing to be done. That could also be the message that's coming through here. Doing the charity for others, giving to others, doesn't need to be decided at this time. Like it's like I'm getting the message of there needs to be more. There's more to this than. Oh, okay. So I have you confused with someone else. Sorry about that. So, that could be very well what you're talking about then. Doing for others, being charitable, providing for others is the judgment isn't in yet, or the decision isn't made yet, or this could be pertaining to exactly what you're saying, how you want to open a thing up, and there's just no clarity on this. So let's pull some more cards here. That is the main focus. So I was spot on again. Look at that. Well, my relationship with my cousin and kids dynamic will be in near and future, which should be able to give me a trust and always let me take a little bit more. Okay, now I remember. I remember now. Okay, right, right, right. Okay. I do so many readings that they end up blending together for some people. Um, with my cousin and kids dynamic, will be in the near or in future, will she be able to give me her trust and in ways let me retake the role of mom in some ways? I think we talked about this before, and um, I think that there's reassurance needed, you know, whether that be on her part or your part, that definitely need that reassurance. But let's talk about the first one first. Let's pull some more cards in regards to that, opening that charitable resource center that you're trying to make a judgment call on. Um, let me see here. Let me pull a couple cards here. Well, you definitely won't see. You won't have to deal with an ending coming to it. Like it will be a long pursuit happening. You will have people coming and making use of the services. You definitely will have that. You'll have the needed um, person for that. But I don't think that you should make it for profit because we're having the Ten of Pentacles here in reverse. So it would be a nonprofit kind of organization that you would have to probably maybe think about doing. But you will definitely have people asking and being directed towards you, or you will end up getting, you know, the backing for it. You may have people that may want to help invest in it, or be a part of the resource itself. So you might have people that want to contribute to that for services, or they may just want to do contribute their financial to the services that you're buying, but don't make it for profit raising or for nonprofit resource. um, but you're going to have to do the legwork. It's not going to be people knowing about you. You're going to have to really do some legwork in regards to getting it recognized, or making it as a recognized um, resource. Like get like people that are going to back it, that have you know um, a name in the community, or that are willing to go kind of on record, as they say, saying that they are funding you to help you raise funds for to keep the center running and operational, but it would be nonprofit kind of thing. um, is what I have for you for that. So definitely do it nonprofit. You will have people that will want to know more about it. So really have your so you can raise funds to keep the center operational. And really know your homework on what it's going to cost to have the running costs, your daily running fees, your monthly costs. Have everything in a business plan. Make your business plan and really get that really down on paper, and really with a fine-tooth comb, because if you're going to have people funding your center, they're going to want to know where their money is going, where it's being used, how it's being used. They're not just going to say, oh, here's $10,000 for your center, and we want to know what our money is being used for. Are we using it for advertising? Are we using it for to have paid counselors come in? Are we using it for these are all those details that you really have to really know, okay, before you end up opening the center. Where is the money going to, that you can do it for nonprofit and still pay yourself a salary, but you go on a salary basis, that you allow yourself a certain amount of salary that you still get paid, mind you, but you're all on salary and everybody gets paid, but it's being dispersed. You know what I mean? I would just start with the basic. Just start writing things out when you have an idea. Just getting, and even visiting other nonprofit resource centers and getting them, because they'd be willing to help you out and let you know what the startup cost would be, what the funding is going to cost, what you need to start with, how did they start, doing your research and your homework on how they got their business and their kind of centers going. And even if you start it with just having like a drop-in center, you just rent a house and using that as like a central base kind of thing. So you're only having to pay like $2,500 a month in rent costs, and you have that kind of turned into like where you have counseling centers, or use the bedrooms that would be normally used as bedrooms as counseling rooms. Find something, find a location, kind of figure out what your monthly would be, and then figure out what your daily operation costs would be. There's a lot to running something like that. Talk to other businesses, seeing what their average is for running their costs, what their daily running costs are, what their monthly running costs are, or weekly, whatever it is. But visit some other resource centers and say that you're wanting to open up a resource center, and how did they get started, doing your homework on it, and start making those little steps, and start getting your background information, so you're not just kind of just winging it kind of thing, right? So you know what you're doing, and what, when people want to contribute, or you have a fundraiser, what they want to know. When you have big contributors, they're going to want to know where their money's being used and how it's being used. They're not just going to hand you over $10,000 and say do whatever you want with it kind of thing, right? So so you can get people to back you for it. They can get funding. You can get all kinds of different resources, and really doing your homework, because there may be stuff out there that you're not even aware of, that these other resource centers can give you, like a kind of a foot in the door to be able to get these resources happening for yours, to get it started. Because you can always have other resource centers. You're not taking away from anybody. You're kind of in a neutral territory where it's a not much needed service for people. And so just do your homework on it, definitely. Nolan, how are you doing? Oh my God, Nolan, how has it been, buddy? Happy New Year. Yeah, mine's, it's a little late, right? Oh my God, I still have Happy New Year on there from 2020, and it's like what? It's a new year though. It's a new normal. So we're wishing a Happy New Year on that. That's what it is. That's why we have a Happy New Year 2020 still. Oh my God. I forgot all about that I still had that up there. Oh my God. I feel like such a fool. But that's okay. It's a happy new normal. Welcome to the happy new normal. Time frame. Let me just see. I would say I would maybe do this as, depending on how fast you get things organized. I would say you could see, start getting this kind of operating. You could do this within like 5 months if you really want to push it, the number 5, right? So, I would probably push to like 5 months. I wouldn't say 5 weeks, because that's really trying to run the ball. But I would give yourself probably about 5 months to get everything kind of figured out, kind of decided on what you want to do with it, where you want to get your location, start, getting an idea of locations that are available, and kind of get your idea as to what you'd be averaging paying, just getting your basics done first, and really get them down to where what you're going to be having to put out of your own pocket at first, if you're going to have to pay the rent yourself for the first few months until you get people that are willing to support you and actually fund you, because you're going to have to allow for maybe 2 to 3 months for your own personal input to have to go in, right? So making sure that you have the resources to be able to go into that. That you're not dipping too much into a savings or anything, that you have everything to kind of cover it operational for a few months until you can get people to have a fundraiser later on, like within the first month of opening your doors, have a fundraiser to start raising funds for the center and stuff. You can do a lot of different things for it, right? Okay. Oh, it is new moon today. That's right, you guys. So you can start making those new moon manifestation time. So what you're wanting to start new challenges, new insights, new direction that you wanted to take. Today is a new moon. It's time to start making those and putting them into action. But it's time to start making those new changes, the new directions that you're wanting to head. Or if you have good standing with, you can go and apply for a bank loan and apply as a nonprofit organization, so that at least you're still paying a salary to yourself. That's not nonprofit. That's nonprofit, so you're not taking any profit from it. And you'll find that people end up, wanting to back somebody that's looking for just to gain off somebody else's misery kind of thing, right? So stick with nonprofit, 100%. So all right. So the last person on the list was Oh, my battery's low, guys. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I got to charge my battery. It just died. I've got like 5%, so I'm going to have to call it a night. But I will maybe do a live tomorrow for anybody that didn't get their reading done tonight. Laura, I don't think I'll have time, honey. My batteries just gave me the warning sign here, so it would probably cut off halfway through. But I'll pull a card for you, Laura, and see what we get. I'll just run it until it stops. See if we can get through you real quick here, Laura. If you're still here, Laura, are you still here? Well, give me a private message. Or Laura, you can PM me and I can do a private for you because we didn't get you on the live. We can either try to do it now or we can try to do for a private one. I'll see what I get here. Laura. So what was the question, Laura? Let me see what your question was, please. Try to make it quick. I had to close the door. Hang on. Okay, so we're running out of time here. Laura, you can PM me. I'll be happy to answer your question through a private messenger. You can message my page at Native Mystic Oracle on Facebook and send me a message via there, and I will be able to answer a question for you, seeing as we didn't get to you tonight. But I will say good night to you all. Wish you all new moon energy and make those new manifestation lists of what you want to challenge yourself for the next. Nolan, you donated. Okay, I will do yours privately too, Nolan. Just PM me on my page and I'll do yours privately. That's not a problem. So just PM me through Native Mystic Oracle on Facebook and I will do your reading for you there, Nolan. All right, love. Love you guys and good night. We'll talk to you later.